to Hampton. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, sunny, breezy, cool, a high of 74. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 59. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, Tom, I just really can't get my kids off their phones lately. What's your secret, man?
I told you last time, go to PrecisionSportsOnline.com and buy a hoop. And while you're there, include their court line painting. You'll thank me later. PrecisionSportsOnline.com. That's PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. After your round, stop in the clubhouse for food and drinks. Call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 4 windows, get 4 free in 48 months with 0% interest, same as cash. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Our very first guest in the history of Wilde Tausch, which will be, I'm sure, a long and distinguished history.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Aaron Rodgers, give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at ESPN Milwaukee.
I'm going to say daily 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
And then what happens?
No, then Tausch kind of bows out.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the Wednesday edition. Second day in a row, we got the same crew back here in the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison. Jason Wilde's summer sabbatical portion of the schedule continues. My name is Jesse Nelson. I'm normally the producer of this show. Today I slide over into the host chair. Joined in studio by the Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning.
Morning, Jesse.
Daytime Wollersheim. Ryan Wollersheim behind the glass. He's our producer. That makes him the Cousin Sub of the Day. Cousin Subs. We believe in better. Good morning, Wooly.
Good morning, Jesse. It's a very nice shirt you have on today.
I like your shirt, too. We all have nice shirts on. This shirt, for those of you who are watching, okay. 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPN Wisconsin app, and live video streaming where you can check out the shirt on the ESPN Madison, ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channels, Wilde and Tausch Facebook page, Wilde and Tausch Twitter feed. So, my wife Becca bought me this shirt.
You got a bowl of soup with that shirt.
A couple of weeks ago. I don't know what that means.
What do you mean you don't know what that means?
I don't know what that means.
Well, think about it, and I'm
bowl
sure you'll
of
piece
soup.
it together.
Didn't Homer kind of accuse you of the same thing last week, Tausch?
No, he thought I looked homeless.
Isn't that what getting a bowl of soup means?
No.
A bowl of soup with that shirt?
No, it means your shirt's free.
Oh.
So it's like...
See, I would have thought you would have said, like, I can't hear you today. Your shirt's too loud. Because that would have gone over decently. So she got me this shirt a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, I think I like it. But it's fun. It's like a Packers-themed, like, tailgate shirt.
Do you ever buy your wife stuff?
No.
So you never get her, like, no, but I mean, you never buy her, like, a blouse.
No, early on in our relationship, she made it very clear, do not buy her clothes. She wants to buy her own clothes. So, like, Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, she is not interested in me buying her clothes because a lot of times she wants to pick it out for herself. She'll take gift cards, or she'll say, like, I'll go shopping and I'll pick something out. You can pay for it, but she wants to be the one picking out what she gets.
You know,
gifts.
gift cards, I don't fully comprehend how gift cards can pull money out of. Like, if somebody buys a $100 gift card, I don't understand how you could look in 6 months and it could be down to $96. It's like, no, I spent $100. You guys are getting free interest on it. Like, it shouldn't be you can pull money out of the gift card or, oh, it's void. No, I spent the money and you're getting free. You can do whatever you want with that money, company X. I can't comprehend the gift card industry, man. I'm not sold on it.
You've mentioned this before.
Yeah, it annoys me.
I've never experienced losing money on a gift card before.
There's
there's an expiration date on some gift cards.
But why are there expiration dates on it?
That I agree with you.
If a company goes out of business, I get it. Like, stuff happens, things get downturned. But if I spend $100 and I don't use it for 4 years, you just collected 4 years of compound interest on my $100 or $1,000, whatever your gift card is.
It's paid for in advance.
Yes, there is no, we're going to pull back. That's not how this world works. Still frustrates
I agree with
me.
you on that front. I don't think this shirt was purchased with a gift card.
You brought up gift cards.
I did bring up gift cards. So Becca bought this for me, and I thought, okay, it's a little.
You don't like the gift card convo, huh?
No, I like the gift card combo.
You went right back
I feel
to
like
shirt.
I owe it to our fans to deliver what I was saying about the shirt before we digress into the gift card.
I thought we owed it to our fans to move on, so I'm glad that we're disagreeing on that.
Never mind.
Tell me more about this shirt.
Never
so
mind.
You got it at Goodwill?
No. You can just check out the Packers
stop
shirt.
pouting. So finish the shirt.
I was
story.
nervous to bring this one out of the closet because I was like, I don't know how this is going to go over.
Why do you think Becca got you that? Does she want you to be more adventurous? Is that why? Because that is an adventurous shirt.
It's a fun Packers shirt. It's also a polo, so you can wear it professionally in different settings. You can wear it to work.
You can't wear that professionally.
I'm doing it right now.
But you shouldn't.
You would wear that to a business meeting?
You would not.
Well, it depends on the
If
business.
you're doing WEAC Wednesdays, you're not doing
I
it.
would not wear it to a call a game in this shirt, but I would wear it to...
What if it was Platteville?
I'll give you an example.
What if that was a Platteville shirt with orange and blue?
Well, yeah, if it's like custom to the school
But
you're
you couldn't
doing,
wear it on WEAC Wednesday because then you're showing favoritism.
It's a Packers polo that has a bunch of like tailgate designs on it that looks like confetti. It's very loud, green and gold and white. So I wore this.
They like green and gold.
Yes, thanks, Mark Murphy. I wore this for the first time last week in any public setting at a golf outing. The Madison School and Community Recreation golf outing that I was in. So I wore like a different polo for golf. It was 100 degrees and super humid. So after we were done with golf, I changed into this one for the like reception afterwards. And our teammate Chad was like, "That's a really nice polo. It looks great on you. That's fun." And then I had a couple other people.
Chad would never wear that shirt.
No, he wouldn't, but that's okay. Chad's not me. A couple other people said, I really like that post. So I got a lot of good positive feedback. I like that.
So you're going to keep
walking in here this morning. Ashton, our content manager, said something about it. Ryan said something about it right away.
Tough.
Everybody has something to say about the polo. So I guess it's a conversation starter. So I like it.
I am a firm believer that shirts should be conversation starters.
Agreed.
Because that's why when people go to Acadia National Park, they're going to say, "Oh, I have to buy this shirt." My brother, every park we go to, he's got to get a shirt. He's got to get something. And I'm convinced the best, if you want to have conversations with strangers, wear a shirt that you ran a marathon or that you did a decathlon or something. Oh, my gosh. Oh, did you do that? And the next thing you know, you're in a 20-minute conversation about Acadia National Park. And then I can get into my blueberry story. Shirts are meant to be conversation starters. I'm not sure. Like, for me, that's not a conversation starter shirt.
So it's a Packers shirt. It's a fun Packers shirt. Oh, nice shirt. If I go to Vegas for a bachelor party coming up in September, which it sounds like is going to be in the works for me, which we'll have plenty of time to discuss at a different time. No, Tier 1 John. Tier 1 John.
Is he the one that had there's a lot of stuff going on?
No, that's different.
That's a different
guy. If we go to Vegas and we go to like the blackjack table, I could wear this shirt to the blackjack table, and then you got, you're a Packers fan. Where are you from? It's a conversation starter. And because
where are you from? Chicago. Yeah. No,
we got to get the Chippewa Falls.
It is 100% a great conversation starter, and then you're going to get into the Packer talk. You could get into Jordan Love and all the other stuff that we'll eventually talk about on this show. But there's no doubt that shirt will start a conversation.
You just told me it wouldn't start a conversation, so thank you for coming around on that.
I said with me.
Oh.
I said with me.
Yeah, we have plenty of other things to talk about. I don't care about talking about the shirt with you anymore. I'm ready to move on. I think we owe it to our fans.
Okay.
844-770-3776. That's your way to the show on the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line. A lot of Packers conversation coming up on today's show. Rob Demovsky with an interesting article, one of his annual traditions, not a bold prediction, but better, worse, or the same.
I like
reviewing
this concept.
the position groups of the Packers roster. Yesterday's article, it was published late last night, reviewing the offense position by position. We're going to do that. Bryan Bulaga's coming up at 9:35. We've moved Homer to tomorrow. We had a conflict today. So a lot of time to talk Green Bay Packers football with you, which we didn't do a lot of, in all honesty, outside of Devonte Wyatt yesterday. Jim, Matt, and Molly spent a lot of time talking about walk-off home runs on Monday's show when they filled in for us. So a lot to get into with the Green Bay Packers. 1 week until kickoff of training camp.
I can't believe how
Green
much
Bay.
Rutledge. I mean, he is taking heat.
Yeah,
So I mean, tell Rutledge that
it's a nominee for take of the decade from ESPN Wisconsin.
Your Murph getting firing Murph is probably still tops.
That is also in the running.
No, it's tops.
This has a chance to pass it by the time it's all said and done.
No, you firing the two-time manager of the year and probably the most beloved manager in the state.
At least
tops.
when I said that, they were in fourth place and struggling in every facet. Rutledge, filling in on this show on Monday, said walk-off home runs aren't exciting when he was at a Brewers game with one of the most iconic walk-off home runs of recent memory for the team, with William Contreras
I didn't even know
launching
he was at
it
the game.
and
That even makes it
flying a
worse.
bat into the air that still hasn't landed.
Yeah, that makes it worse.
Let's talk Packers. I want to get into this right away here. So Rob Demovsky's article, Better, Worse, or the Same, reviewing the position groups of the Green Bay Packers offense. I took a look at this article. You sent it over to me last night when it caught your eye. Before we dive into what Rob says about each position, I want to start with quarterback and receiver first, and then we'll get into some of the other groups. What stood out most to you, Tausch, when you saw this piece from Rob Demovsky?
No, it wasn't even really. I mean, obviously, Rob, great conversation piece, just like your shirt, to start a topic.
Thank you.
I think it's more, I've asked this question a bunch of the Brewers, and I asked, whether or not you feel better about our postseason chances than you did last year. And in Green Bay's case, I think I'm always curious, like, before the season starts, do you feel like you're in a better spot than you were last year at this time? And I am going to be curious as we go through each spot, or if we're going to do offense today and defense tomorrow. I don't know how you have it structured. I think there's going to be a lot of debate and a lot of differing of opinions on whether or not you feel like this team is in a better spot, mainly because you have a lot of guys that, not that it's uncertain, but you don't know how hurt they are or when they're going to be back, and how productive they'll be when they get back. Will Tucker Kraft be as productive as he was prior to blowing his knee out? I certainly hope so, but I've seen where Adrian Peterson was actually more productive. Then I've also seen a lot of guys where it takes 6 to 8 more months to really get moving. And so that position, the receiver position, has been not totally overhauled, but it has been completely revamped and structured in a way that you're going to have defined roles, which for 3 years we said we don't care if we have defined roles. So the whole concept of will we be better, there's a few spots that I am certain that we're going to be better. And then there's a lot of spots that I have to really think through whether or not we will be better. So that's why I thought Rob's piece was very interesting.
So I want to start with quarterback because that's generally the same. Jordan Love is returning, but of course, Rob's not looking just at the starting line when he's reviewing these positions. He's looking at the entire depth. Quarterback is the only position group on the offense that Rob says got worse from 2025 to 2026. And of course, the main reason is nothing to do with Jordan Love. It has to do with the loss of arguably the best backup quarterback in the league, Malik Willis, going to the Miami Dolphins, and a proven veteran backup, Tyrod Taylor, coming in to be the backup to Jordan Love, which we've talked with a bunch of different quarterbacks over this offseason, Matt Hasselbeck included, about the value that Tyrod Taylor could bring in mentoring Jordan Love. But literally the player is not as good as Malik Willis, according to Rob Demovsky. So he says they got worse at quarterback. That's the only position group on the offense that Rob says the Packers got worse from last year to this year. Do you agree?
I I don't think we got worse at quarterback. I think you're looking at the starting quarterback. Jordan Love is he's going to need to be better. Tyrod Taylor is a proven veteran. Malik Willis was great in the role that we asked him to be. And it is a loss, there is no doubt. But the moment that they went and decided we're going to get a veteran that's going to probably push Jordan in a way that he hasn't been pushed, not as far as taking his starting spot, but on all of the little details and all of the things that a 37-year-old, I believe he is, that has seen everything can help and, really maybe have Jordan evaluate some of the way he prepares and how he goes about his business. This is going to be an upgrade in line with Jordan. So I have a hard time. I'll go through. I do not think we got better at running back. Tell me how we've gotten better at running back.
Well, Rob will tell you when we get to that coming up here as we review Rob's better, worse, or the same rankings, reviewing the Packers' offense position by position. We'll do that throughout the show. Of course, we're going to get into the offensive line when Bryan Bulaga joins us coming up in about 20 minutes. Before any of that, though, Tausch is going to tell us about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Shopping for new windows and doors, it should not include haggling. Pella sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, and helping homeowners find the right fit for their home, and they don't use all of the high-pressure sales tactics that others do. When you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors, they also sell them, install them, and they service them. Real pricing, premium quality, no game. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Better, worse, or the same on the Packers offense. We'll review what Rob Demovsky says, analyzing each position group. Coming up next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Get ready, Milwaukee. Join ESPN Milwaukee and Yingling this Saturday night starting at 6 p.m. from Dugout 54 on Blue Mound for the ultimate Yingling watch party. Kick off your day with the ESPN Milwaukee Street Team. Score awesome Yingling prizes. Enjoy great food and ice-cold Yingling, then cheer on the first-place crew as they take on Colorado. Nothing says summer like baseball, friends, and America's oldest brewery. We'll see you Saturday at 6 p.m. at Dugout 54 on Blue Mound. DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. When it comes to a home mortgage, we understand you want a simple, stress-free process, great service, and a loan you can feel good about. And for 90 years, that's exactly how we've been doing things at Great Midwest Bank. So if you're thinking about buying, building, renovating, or refinancing, get started at GreatMidwestBank.com to find a knowledgeable loan officer and get the peace of mind you deserve. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Paul Hansen here, founder of Iron Jock. Worried about the heat this summer? Don't sweat it. Our gear is made for real life. Iron Jock apparel combines moisture wicking with superior cooling and advanced odor-fighting silver ion technology that eliminates 99.9% of odor causing bacteria, so you are fresh for whatever's next. Our focus is simple. Make apparel that performs hard no matter where you are or what you are doing. Visit us at ironjock.com to experience the difference.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. And when we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 665 Larry Court in Waukesha. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space.
Stop buying barbecue rubs that all taste the same.
Most are loaded with sugar, fillers, and shortcuts.
Burn Pit BBQ is not.
We're a veteran-owned company right here in Wisconsin, built on doing things the right way, no shortcuts, no nonsense.
Just premium seasonings that deliver real flavor every time you fire up the grill.
Whether it's a quick dinner or feeding the whole crew, Burn Pit BBQ gives you confidence to get it right.
Burn Pit BBQ, grill with confidence.
Find us at burnpitbbq.com and now at select Walmart locations.
That's burnpitbbq.com.
Just doing some roofing on another lovely Wisconsin day. No gimmicks, no shortcuts, it's just roofing done the old-fashioned way. Do you need shingles? Well, let's mingle, for a Wisconsin tradition never dwindles. So raise a glass, shake a hand for this old-fashioned brand. Whoop, that's old-fashioned roofing.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Jesse and Tausch today. Jason's summer sabbatical continues. Bryan Bulaga scheduled to appear for his weekly appearance coming up next. We are reviewing Rob Demovsky's article at ESPN.com, reviewing the Packers offense position by position. Rob's assertions on whether the Packers are better, worse, or the same at each position group from 2025. Now, 1 week out from training camp,
What's
starting
the one spot,
in 2026.
before we even look at Demovsky's, that you're thinking, man, we got a lot better?
So in a weird way, addition by subtraction, I think wide receiver got better. And Rob does agree. He says the receiver room is better than it was last year. I think and you guys have talked plenty about this over the entire offseason as the moves took place with Dontavion Wicks being traded and Romeo Doubs going to New England. Like the addition by subtraction in just establishing the clear roles and who the Packers want to commit to in that receiver room.
Depth.
It is less depth, but it is more dependence on your playmakers. And if you believe that
leaning more on a second-year player.
Yeah, but a doggone good one who was a first-round pick and the first-round receiver pick since 2002.
We think and we hope.
I liked what I saw in Chicago in that playoff game.
Will Matthew Golden give you more than Romeo Doubs?
Yes. It may not be as consistent as Romeo Doubs.
That's not what I asked. I'm strictly going analytics.
I think Matthew.
Will his numbers be better than what Romeo Doubs put up last year?
I think what we saw in the playoff game in Chicago shows that Matthew Golden can take over a game and be a explosive playmaker.
Not what I asked.
The numbers may be about the same as Romeo Doubs in the end.
If the numbers are the same, we're pretty happy.
Yeah.
And Wooly, I don't know if you could pull up Dobbs' numbers. I'll be curious what that looks like. But I agree in the fact that I want Christian Watson to be the number one. He is our number one. Jaden Reed is going to be 2-3. I think the goal would be Savion Williams could be a jet sweep guy, and he can be kind of a fourth wide out. And if there's an injury, he could jump in. But if you're going to answer that question definitively, yes. You're taking Romeo Doubs and Dontavion Wicks out of that equation. Matthew Golden has to have better numbers than Romeo Doubs in order for this to make sense. Now, Jaden Reed was hurt. There's some issues with how I think he signed a new deal. He is going to be, I would bet that he will have more catches than Matthew Golden. More catches.
I would hope that he does.
Why?
Because his role in the offense, I think, would be to be that dependable guy.
He's not a high snap count guy.
Because he's been hurt a bunch.
No, even before he was hurt. I don't think he was a high snap count guy.
I think Jaden Reed was the biggest victim. I mean, we could do an entire show on Jaden Reed.
You got Dobbs' numbers?
I do have
along with Jaden Reed's numbers, if you could.
I think Jaden Reed was a victim of...
I'm demanding.
Yes, you are.
I'm starting to get that.
I think Jaden Reed was a victim of the crowded receiver room, and his role was in flux from game to game. And now with Wicks out, with Dobbs out, Reed will become a more premier focal point of the Packers offense, and that will benefit Jordan Love. It will benefit the running game, and Matt LaFleur will be able to demonstrate his strategic creativity using him more.
Last year, Romeo Doubs, 55 catches, career high 724 yards, 6 touchdowns. And then Jaden Reed last year, only in 7 games with 3 starts, had 19 catches for 207 yards, 1 putter.
But he was hurt a bunch.
Yeah, it's tough to. And Jaden Reed, obviously, his first couple years led the team in catches, if my math was correct. And you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes. 793 yards his rookie season, 857 his sophomore
Okay,
season.
so Romeo Doubs had 55 catches for 7 and some change. Okay. Matthew Golden, will he have more than that? 17-game season. He's going to be the number 2 wideout unless something happens. He's going to be that guy. Is he going to have more catches, more yards, more productivity than Romeo Doubs?
Give me the yards, catches, and touchdowns one more time.
I just gave it to you. 55, 700 and change.
724 yards and 6 touchdowns, 55 catches.
I think he'll have more than 6 touchdowns, but I think he'll have fewer yards. I think Matthew Golden will be used in specific games as a premier, like, breakout player. And there's going to be glimpses in games against, like, I don't know who it's going to be against, the Bears or the Cowboys or the Vikings, whoever it might be. There will be games that he takes over as the premier option, and then Watson will have a big game the next week, and it'll drive fantasy football players crazy because they'll be like, why isn't Matthew Golden getting more? And then they'll put him on the bench, and then he'll have a 3-touchdown game against the Lions, and like that's the kind of year that he's going to have. It's going to be game to game, playing the matchups, position by position. Like that's how I think this is going to go this year. That's what I see for Matthew Golden, which is why I think looking at the season-long stats, it's going to be a little incorrect in how you view like him compared to Doubs consistently, but the individual games that Golden can take over, like he did against the Bears in the playoffs, that's where he's going to be most valuable.
For what Green Bay did in trading Wicks and letting Doubs walk, which, by the way, I am 100% in agreement on both moves, Matthew Golden needs to be more productive than Romeo Doubs. If that is not going to be the case, this offense is going to stay pretty flat with where they're at. Now, I know you could argue, well, Tucker Kraft and Christian Watson. Christian Watson is going to provide coverages that Matthew Golden should lunch on. And if that happens, Matthew Golden's going to pop. I think you don't take a guy first, and the first time since 2002, drafting a wideout, if you don't anticipate big things. And there is no doubt that Bears playoff game, we saw some things that yards after catch, and everybody's excited about it. We're hearing all positive stuff. And it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have, coaches and personnel folks don't have to, glaze the way that they've glazed Matthew Golden this offseason. So he is going to have all of the opportunities. He's not going to draw number 1 corners. He's not going to draw the coverage to him. There's too many other options. So Matthew Golden needs to be more productive than the Romeo Doubs that we saw last year in Green Bay. And if that is the case, I don't care how you can analytically put it together however you want. 55 for 706 touchdowns is a nice 2-3 hybrid. I want Matthew Golden more on the 1-2 line. I want us to be talking about in Thanksgiving time and Christmas time, who is the number 1? Is it Watson or is it Golden? And if we're having those conversations, the G&G will be rolling.
I agree. I think that conversation takes place after the season going into 27.
Oh, I
hope I'm wrong. I hope you're right.
No, I'm saying if Matthew Golden, and again, you put a lot on a guy. It's only his second year, and he, last year did not go as well as he hoped. I'm sure the Packers, you anticipate there's going to be some growing pains. I would anticipate him making that big jump. And again, consistency is the hard part. That's becoming a pro. That's what we're looking for from Matthew Golden, and that's why I'm encouraged because of all of the things that you've heard him say. He wasn't prepared for some of the things. He wasn't ready to handle everything that being a professional football player was. That's okay to admit. It's a heck of a lot better than faking it and acting like you got all the answers. He didn't. And that's part of growing up in the NFL. So Matthew Golden is ready to be an absolute rocket ship. And that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. There's going to be weather. There's going to be stuff that pops up that you can't go. But for this offense to really elevate itself and be a championship contender, Matthew Golden's going to have to be a critical piece in that evolution.
You sat in that chair yesterday when we were talking about the Devonte Wyatt contract extension, and you were praising how the Packers are looking at, they believe that they have a core group of players that they can put in here.
All I was saying was I observed and said, this is what they're doing. Whether or not they're going to be right. You can put, and again, I'm not going to go back to the slot machine thing, but they are investing. And when you invest, you expect an ROI. And the only ROI that matters up in Titletown is a championship. It isn't about winning. Now, I have been I'm not standing on this, but I would. I think it's sturdy enough that they need to win a division. And that will allow them to get the better opportunities to be successful in the postseason. Not having to be a 7th seed going on the road and scrapping to get in a playoff. And then you need to position yourself better. And winning some of those close games, I don't know if this core is the right core. I think it is. I'm not going to sit here and say there is no doubt. I know Micah Parsons is Micah Parsons, and I know Tucker Kraft. Those are my two when they're healthy. I'll bet what you want that they're a top 3 at their position. I feel great about that. As far as all of the other guys go, there's pieces that you have to piece together. I am a big fan of Christian Watson, especially at the contract that the Packers got. What the Packers have said is, we're going to compete, we're going to do this. What they have told you with how they've approached signing guys is, we are good enough. We need this group to continue to grow together. Our core is strong. We need to keep them healthy. And if that is the case, we can win a Super Bowl. That's what this last 3 months have told you about how the Green Bay Packers are operating.
And I'm taking that same mindset and applying it to the wide receiver room. And I'm saying the franchise leadership is saying these are the 3 that are going to be capable of leading this team to winning a Super Bowl. I am trusting to believe in that. And I think I've seen with my own eyes as a fan watching it, whether it's at the stadium or on television, Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, Matthew Golden have all showed glimpses of greatness at different times. Some more than others, but they all have shown those glimpses of greatness. I believe those 3 can be good enough to lead the Packers offense to a Super Bowl title.
It is a risk, but it was a risk that the Green Bay Packers had to take. You can't just sit there and play penny slots and expect to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. You have to put money in. You have to play the 5 reel to get the grand jackpot. The grand jackpot's a championship. And the Packers have said, these are our horses. These are our buffalo. There's a lone wolf game that we played, blowing down the pigs and the houses and all that. I don't like that game. But you're putting your money in the slots. You're investing in these players. It's risky because you don't have any fallback plans. These are your guys. And Packer fans are going to sit here, and the skeptics will say, well, Christian Watson can't stay healthy. What are you going to do when he gets hurt? And by the way, Christian Watson, I know you don't believe this because you've said many times, oh, he's just a guy. Oh, he's just a guy. He's not. He changes the way defenses play us. He gives Tucker Kraft more room underneath. He lets Matthew Golden work some of the underneath stuff. And then, by the way, Matthew Golden, he ain't slow. He can fly. That's where you're investing and you're hoping that your moves are going to pay off in a big way.
Feel my position on Christian Watson is being slightly manipulated here, but we won't dive into that now.
Did you not say that?
No, what I've said about Christian...
You said he's a guy, Jesse. I've heard it once. I've heard it 100 times.
What I've said about Christian Watson is I think he is capable of being a number 1 receiver, but you can't count on him to be healthy for more than half of a season.
You also said he's a guy.
You can't count on him. He's not dependable.
Will they find that tape? He said he's a guy. I heard him.
Did they have slot machines when you did the show at Annex Wealth Management?
They don't. They're
office?
actually,
Okay.
You're looking to plan and have a plan in place, especially when there's big life events that pop up, which they do for all of us. Sale of a company, death, divorce, health crisis, paying for college, a wedding, all of those big life events, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with those. And the biggest thing, you make sure you plan for them. That will make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it, that is a big part of smart financial planning. And Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when those life events come up. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com. That's annexwealth.com. Hit the Click Started button to get going.
We'll see what Rob Demovsky said about the offensive line being better, worse, or the same heading into the 2026 season. We'll talk about it with a little tackle talk with Bryan Bulaga, scheduled to appear next on Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Calling all High Life lovers, the Champaign of Beers is making history. They're selecting their very first mayor of the Champaign of Beers region. Share your story, throw your hat in the ring, and show us why you love High Life by visiting the Miller Brewery website. Must be 25 plus to sign up, 21 plus to enjoy. Celebrate responsibly.
25 years ago, a generational Bucks team made an unforgettable run.
This is the place to be.
Light It Up, narrated by Jim Paschke, is the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. This is the oral history of the 2000-2001 Milwaukee Bucks and their run to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Absolute bedlam here at the Bradley Center.
Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, I mean, your home is about as personal as it gets, right?
We want to build a relationship with homeowners, not only educating them, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us.
Yeah, the interview goes both ways. Getting to know people while also serving them. It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
Besides that, it's just the right thing to do. See how Big Fish Contracting is renovating homes and redeeming an industry at bigfishcontracting.com.
From office lunches to family celebrations, Cousin Subs has the crowd-pleasing catering you need. Choose from customizable party boxes, individual box lunches, fresh-baked cookies, and our classic party chips. Everything you need to satisfy any size group, big or small. Ordering is easy online or on the Cousins app, so you can focus on the fun, not the food. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
ESPN Milwaukee fans, it's Gabe Neitzel here, and I want to introduce you to Jens Family Chiropractic. If you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, headaches, or sciatica, Jens Family Chiropractic focuses on finding the cause of the problem, not just helping you manage the symptoms. For nearly 10 years, they've helped Milwaukee area patients find real answers through personalized care and advanced treatment options. Learn more and check out their new patient special at jensfamilychiropractic.com. That's jensfamilychiropractic.com.
It's a summer of big wins with WinFest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Just play with your Potawatomi Rewards card for entries and your chance to win cash and reward play all summer long. Then keep the excitement going because all your monthly drawing entries roll over into the WinFest final drawings on September 25th, where you could win cars, dream vacations, free play, and cash. Don't miss out on WinFest, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Calling all teachers, IKEA believes you deserve more than just an apple. You deserve a standing ovation and 15% off. During IKEA's Teacher Appreciation Days, July 24th to August 3rd, we're saying thank you to the amazing teachers and educators who inspire us every day. Visit your local IKEA to stock up on smart classroom solutions, organize your workspace, or finally create that cozy home retreat you deserve. Then show your IKEA family membership and your valid teacher ID at checkout and save 15% off your total purchase. IKEA's Teacher Appreciation Days, July 24th to August 3rd.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited with my brother and business partner, Eric Brown. Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's choice for siding, windows, roofing, and doors.
Siding Unlimited delivers on expectations because our experience, integrity, and craftsmanship come through on every project.
For new siding, windows, roofing, and doors, call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Wilde Tausch, Jesse and Tausch. No one less thrilled about that than our next guest joining us on the Yingling Guest Hotline. It's Bryan Bulaga for his regular Wednesday appearance on Wilde and Tausch. Bryan Bulaga joins us on the Yingling Guest Hotline. Yingling, the oldest brewery in America, now officially in Wisconsin. DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. I did on Monday afternoon. Enjoyed a Yingling after a nice 9 holes of golf on Monday with my day off. Hi, Bryan Bulaga. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? Well, how was that round of golf? Like 65, 70?
No, one of the best I ever shot in my life. It was a somewhat challenging course, and we only played 9, and I shot a 41, which for me is pretty good.
How many did you give?
Two birdies.
How many putts? 2 birdies in 9 holes.
I had 2 birdies.
I don't buy it, Blue.
It could not have been that challenging of a course then.
I had a couple of 9 irons that landed 5 feet from the pin. It was a really nice little afternoon on
Great
Monday
job,
afternoon.
Chell.
Part of the greatest Monday of all time. Blue, I'm sure you have golf coming up, so we'll get right into this with you. So,
Tausch, before he just kind of breezes past that, you think that's probably more like a village green that he played? You know, remember the Village Green over
I do.
in Green
Yeah,
Bay?
I don't know if it's I don't think it's a par 3, but it was probably, it was
not a par 3 course.
34?
No, it was a standard.
Okay.
I'll tell you what course it was when we're done, and you can judge for yourself. And,
when we're done.
They don't serve ice cream, and they're not
That's
a
fair.
partner of ours,
All
so
right,
I don't
that's
want to
fair.
tell you where I was. But it was not a. I mean, it wasn't the most difficult course I've ever played, but it wasn't a challenging.
You just said it was.
Yeah,
No.
You
It was
did.
a challenging course. It was not the most difficult course I've ever played. Is all I'm trying to clarify.
All right. Blue, enough golf talk with Jesse Nelson. He can go on the tee with Gabe and Steven if you guys want to break that down.
Will do.
So Demovsky wrote a piece, and before we even delve into it, what position group are you dead confident is better this coming season that was the last season?
On offense, we're saying, right? That's what we're focused on?
We can go on offense, but I just want to give Blue where are you looking at saying, man, we're going to be a lot better this year in this position group?
Well, I mean, going into it, I think I have to look at the wide receiver room because Christian Watson comes in healthy. It's not a room that you're kind of missing pieces here and there and you're waiting to get guys back, and there's no defined roles. There's clearly defined roles. I feel like this offseason going into the season, which there wasn't the last few years. I mean, it was that whole, we don't have a number one. Everybody's a number one. Everyone should feel like they're a number one. And that's just not the truth. Like, there's no such thing as everybody's a number one. It's pretty well defined that this year, the number one receiver is Watson. Probably the number one target is Tucker Kraft, as I believe he always is. But that sets roles and defines roles in that room. And when guys understand where their place is in certain rooms, production, I feel like, climbs, because then you compete against each other. You want more opportunities. Hey, you may be the number 3 guy. If you do really well on Sunday, hey, you may get more opportunities next Sunday. So you're able to set competition within the room. Now, if everyone's just labeled the number one, then guys end up getting PO'd when they don't get X amount of targets on Sunday because, well, coach said we were all number one, so why am I not getting the targets? Now that's not the case. Guys understand their roles, and I think going into the season, the expectation for each guy should be very clear. And to me, I'm pretty confident and excited in that room.
So what would you say would be the expectations? Because there's no doubt Watson is going to be as the 1. I think Jaden Reed, they paid him as like a 2 or 3. They drafted Matthew Golden. I was just talking with Jesse about the Romeo Dobbs, 55 catches, 700 yards, 6 touchdowns. Matthew Golden, if this offense is going to be better and more consistent, what do you need to see from Matthew Golden to make that happen?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like. I don't know if he'll get those types of numbers, especially with. I feel like Reed kind of being that number 2 guy, so to speak, right? Like I don't know if he'll get the Dobbs numbers, but I think if he's somewhere in that vicinity, and I think more so from a reception standpoint than a yardage standpoint, because I think and I was listening to you before you got on talking about what Tucker does and what Golden can do for Watson and what he does for those guys. I think if you get the ball to Golden more underneath and allow him to create and open up space and allow those safeties to come forward a little bit, that's when you start getting over the middle with Watson and guys like that. So I think getting the ball early to Golden in space early, like getting the ball out of your hands, getting it to him, allowing him to create underneath, making safeties and corners bite up on him early in the season and seeing that on tape, I think that's going to be a big role for him because he is so explosive. We saw it in the Chicago game, just simple throws out to him and what he was able to do with it. I think if that's something that can be replicated early on in the season, that's going to open up a lot of things. But I certainly expect him to see the end zone more often this season, for sure. I think that's something that we can look forward to. I mean, I don't know everything he said in his interview about what he didn't do in his first year and this and that. I don't know all the ins and outs about it, but with that knowledge, learning what went wrong in year one and taking that to year two, I think you can see a more mature player, more experienced and more confident player, which I think then leads to those touchdowns and more receptions. And again, the yards, right? He's going to have to create those, in my opinion. I think that's going to be the role he's going to be given, where he has to get that yak, as the coaches used to call it, because I think the big chunk plays are coming from Tucker and Watson. That's where I believe the huge chunk plays come from, is those two guys.
Yeah, and I just look at it. If you're a defensive coordinator, you're gonna say we can't let Watson beat us over the top, and we have to have a plan for Tucker Kraft. That is going to be very advantageous for Matthew Golden. And I just want to make sure I heard this right. You believe that Jaden Reed will be 2 and Matthew Golden will be kind of fighting more as the 3 than he would be as a 2. Is that accurate?
I think to start the season, yes. I think to start out the season, I think that's the way it's probably going to look. You don't pay Reed if you're not going to give him certain opportunities, right? And this goes into defining roles, and we all know what defines roles, and that's money. Let's be real. I get Golden was a first-round pick and all that. Like that is what it is, but money defines roles, and obviously Watson got his money, Reed got his money, so you kind of look at the pecking order 1, 2, and then Golden will, I think, start the season probably as that number 3. But I think he's going to earn opportunities as this thing goes and as he performs. Like, if he just carries on from what he did against Chicago, those opportunities are going to jump and just continue. He's going to get more and more and get more advantageous looks and things like that. So, yeah, I think 1, 2, 3 like that is going to be the way it starts out, and how it finishes, I have no idea, right? Like that's up to those guys in that room and how they perform and what they take advantage of when the ball comes their way.
Tausch and I are in agreement that we think at some point the conversation needs to, based on his performance, alter to be when Matthew Golden can take over as a number 1 wide receiver. You don't draft him in the first round and have the expectations for him in this offense without him becoming a number 1 at some point. Do you think it's more likely that conversation takes place during this season, sometime after this season, or never?
Oh, I mean, it's going to happen eventually. I don't. As long as Christian Watson is healthy, I don't see it happening this season. I probably don't see it happening next season either, with Christian Watson being the one and being healthy and being the guy. Do I think he will be what we kind of saw from a Jordy Devonte type dynamic? I'm not saying they're the same players or anything like that. I'm not going there. But do we see that type of dynamic in Golden's third year potentially, where you start to see that guy get more opportunities that align with the one? But I don't think this season that's probably going to happen, as long as Christian Watson is healthy. Because I think if Christian Watson stays healthy, and you saw what he was able to do last year, even coming back from an ACL, and he stays on that trajectory, I mean, it's going to be hard to tell him, hey, you're going to get less opportunities, even though you're playing this way. So I don't see that happening this season. And then next season, I mean, again, we still talk about it. Money talks, man. And he's still the highest paid cat in the room. And you're going to want that guy that you paid, that you think is your biggest playmaker, right? He's your he's your guy. You're going to want him to get the opportunities, and you want that investment to pay off. So probably don't see it next year either. But I think you see a different dynamic within the room next year if Golden performs the way we all think he could and should this season, right? Like, I really do. I mean, I think we all expect him to be a high performer and to do a lot of great things, but you still have to do it. It still has to get done to then get those opportunities given.
Interesting stuff. Bryan Bulaga on the Yuengling Guest Hotline. I want to make sure we save enough time to dive into the offensive line portion of the conversation here for Rob Demovsky's Better, Worse, or the Same article at ESPN.com. So we're going to take a break. We'll get into that coming up next. First, Tausch, speaking of getting healthy, you got to tell us about your experience with MoMA.
I do indeed. And my knee, it was really a trouble spot. Obviously, I had a lot of injuries with it, blown it out a couple times, and I've been dealing with a lot of pain. That's why I decided to partner up with our friends at MoMA, the Midwest Orthopedic and Musculoskeletal Alliance. MoMA brings together trusted local providers like OIW, SMOC, and Innovative Pain, and it makes it easier to find the right specialist and the right treatment for you. And I'm telling you, it's overwhelming sometimes. You have a little pain, and you're just like, I don't want to have to go through the whole process of setting an appointment and driving over a huge building. Standalone stuff. What I love about this, you can get care in any of their offices, surgery center, smart scan, MOSH. I've been going to OrthoLaser. You pull up, boom, park in the spot, walk in, and I'm done in 20 minutes. Their experienced team helps focus getting you feeling better and back to living your life. That's what has happened to me. I hope you guys look at it as well. Call or walk in today or learn more at MoMaMKE.com. That's MoMaMKE.com.
Might be the boldest analysis from Rob Demovsky. Better, worse, or the same. The Packers' offensive line. We'll talk about it with Bryan Bulaga next on Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And sponsored by American Family Insurance. All day, every day. The Cardless talk and text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Cardless talk and text line. This is more.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Trying to keep up with the 21st century can really get you down.
When you need a break, come to Kessler's.
We'll turn your day around.
We have good air conditioning.
And we love making new friends.
The coffee's better than average.
Because we want you to come back again.
We want to be your jeweler.
My father told you for 29 years that he wanted to be your jeweler.
He put that desire in everyone he hired.
And then he gave us the company.
He transformed our lives and gave us the most fun job on earth.
It's easy to sell jewelry when you sell it for less than it's worth.
Come and take a look at our engagement rings.
And of course, we have thousands of other things.
When you're having an overcast day, come to Kessler's.
We're going to turn your day around.
Free jewelry cleaning done by world-class professionals.
While you drink your good coffee in a room full of diamonds and gold.
Makes you feel better, no matter what you've been told.
One thing you definitely want to see before you're done
is our exclusive Kessler 81.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA, terms and conditions apply.
just doing some roofing on another lovely Wisconsin day. No gimmicks, no shortcuts, it's just roofing done the old-fashioned way. Do you need shingles? Let's mingle, for a Wisconsin tradition never dwindles. So raise a glass, shake a hand for this old-fashioned brand. Whoop, that's old-fashioned roofing.
ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust here, joined now by David Malukas, the driver of the number 12 Penske Chevrolet, as we are getting ready for Road America. David, so happy to have you. What was the thing that when you went to Road America that you loved most?
The cheese curds, you know. The cheese curds are good. But no, honestly, it's just whatever the track brings, there's so much to it, right? You can be there for the races, or, you know, if you have younger kids and they get bored and they want to go play, there's so many different things going on. I mean, it's almost like a whole different festival of itself. I mean, you could go zip lining, you could see all these different things, and the track viewing perspective, the track is so massive, you can literally explore all these different areas and go to the camping grounds. So many different things going on. I remember pretty much every single year now that I've gone, I can go into the camping grounds, and there's always the crew of people just doing these different games, having a good time. So for me, it's one of the favorite blends of, okay, I'm here for a professional racetrack, but at the same time, I'm just having a good time with some good people here in the Midwest.
For all things Road America, you know where to go. It's roadamerica.com. That's roadamerica.com.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Jesse and Tausch on Wilde and Tausch, continuing with Bryan Bulaga joining us on the Yuengling guest hotline. Yuengling now officially in Wisconsin, family owned and operated for 6 generations. DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. Rob Demovsky at ESPN.com. Better, worse, or the same, reviewing the Packers offense by position group. He did say the quarterback room is worse because of the loss of Malik Willis and the addition of Tyrod Taylor. We've talked pretty extensively over the last few segments in this 9 o'clock hour about the wide receivers. While Bryan Bulaga's here, of course, we need to get into the offensive line, tackle talk portion of the program. Rob Demovsky says that the Green Bay Packers offensive line is better heading into the 2026 season than it was last year.
So, Brian, why do you think Rob would say that? Is it just because he believes that Jordan Morgan's going to be a heck of a lot better than Cheeto?
My guess is that he believes that, and he believes that Sean Ryan is a better center than Elton. That could be my only takeaway from it, right? Like that could be the only two options, because everything else is pretty much the same. We're starting the season with, I get the same right guard, or we think at Felton, but
maybe.
But we saw him last year, so obviously Rob must really like what he sees in Felton. But I think it's the center and the left tackle position that he's bullish on.
Rob concludes his blurb on the offensive line by writing, and I quote, "If this group can stay healthy and build chemistry throughout the season, it could be an asset instead of a hindrance."
Would you agree that last year was a hindrance, Blue?
Yeah, especially towards the end of the season. They were not playing good football at all. Like, it was some of their worst football that they played was towards the end of last season, unfortunately for them. And then it was capped off with the second half against the Bears in the playoffs. Like, that was probably the worst that they looked. I guess my thing is, he talks about building chemistry, and if we're not even in training camp yet, and LaFleur's talking about how much he likes the new rookie, it's hard to build chemistry if you start the season and you're rotating and doing things like that. So I'm hoping in training camp a clear winner is made in that offensive line room at right guard. I hope there's a clear winner and there is no back and forth throughout the season, rotating guys in and out, because that doesn't build chemistry. Everyone knows that doesn't build chemistry, or at least people that played knows that doesn't build chemistry. Having the same 5 guys, obviously everyone stays healthy. The same 5 guys go out there week in, week out. They practice, take all the reps together week in and week out. That's how you build chemistry. You don't build chemistry rotating people every 2 series. And say that's keeping guys on their toes, because it doesn't. It doesn't do that. It actually has the opposite effect.
So, Blue, do you think? To me, we don't know left tackle. There's an unknown. I think you and I both believe that Jordan Morgan has the skill set to be a good left tackle, but he's got to go do it. Sean Ryan, to me, is the guy that I think is going to take a jump and be a lot better than what he was last year. And I feel very confident. I think he's a tough kid. He was put through it, and anytime you want to see resiliency, he's shown it. Sean Ryan has shown resiliency. The fact the Packers continued to try and find someone else. They didn't want to pay him $11 or $12 million to be center. That was not their plan. And Sean Ryan showed enough that they let him. Now he's going to take ownership of that space. But outside of that, where do you feel like do you feel better about Aaron Banks this year than last year? He's a year older.
Yeah, I mean, I feel very similar if he stays healthy, right? I thought he was okay towards the end of the season when he got healthy. I thought he did some good things, and I think if he stays healthy, you kind of get that same play. Now, what is that super high level? Unfortunately, it wasn't last year. But to me, it's good enough, right? If he stays healthy and he's able to just be consistent enough and do that, maybe he does raise his level of play because he's healthier and he performs at a higher level. But if you're saying things are just better because he's another year in the system and things like that, I mean, that's taking a swing.
It's got to be health, right? I mean, the only way he's going to be a lot better is if he's healthier. All right. I mean, that's it. That's it. Do you feel confident about that?
And I don't know, because he's already had a small issue in OTAs from what they said.
Yeah,
right?
Blue. Here's the question I have, because there is no doubt they like the young guy. They are talking him up, and I know minicamp ain't what minicamp used to be, but they're going to give him a shot. Is it crazy to think that I would bet that Banks, you'll probably miss some time, get some veteran days. Is it crazy to think that this young fella, because Belton, I think we all are hoping Belton is going to jump back in and be a physical guard. Is it crazy to think that maybe Burton could compete at that left guard spot, or is the money and everything else just there's no way that's happening?
I don't think there's any way it's going to happen with the money that Banks is getting made or making, and has made already, right? Like I don't see that happening unless Banks gets nicked up and misses time, and the kid comes in and plays amazing.
We've seen this movie before where young players will jump in and they get an opportunity. Like, this kid is working his tail off. He's playing good football. I agree. Banks is going to be the guard if he's healthy. But Banks missed a lot of camp. He missed a lot of time last year. He takes days as far as veteran, and he's getting older. So I guess the question is going to be is if Burton is really, really good and they know that they need to switch some things up, it's going to have to be Belton, and then Belton just goes out and plays tackle? Is that kind of what you're thinking?
If that's the move that gets made, if they think Burton's that good, and it's like we can't keep him off the field, and Banksy's healthy, you're saying as well? Like Banks is healthy?
Yeah, Banks is he's healthy, but he's going to give opportunities, because I would bet on vet off days and days that they're going to give guys some time, and Banks is going to be one of those guys, I would bet that they're going to give this guy a shot at left guard.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. And I think if he takes his opportunities in camp and he performs well, then I think where he'll end up competing the hardest at is right guard with Belton. And if he beats out Belton, then Belton's going to be a swing tackle unless something else happens, right? Like, I don't see Banks getting ousted at that position when they've committed the money that they've committed to him the first 2 years of his contract, right? Like, if they were going to make a move on that contract, they would have done it. So that's the organization saying we're sticking with him for at least this year as well. So while Burton may get his opportunities when Banksy does take bet days and things like that, or whatever it may be, and there's rotations, I don't see him beating him out, if that makes sense.
It does.
I would see it happening more at the right guard position than anywhere.
So I agree. I think that Banks, obviously, they've made a huge financial commitment, probably for the next 2 years, for him being the left guard. So why is this group going to be better? Is it strictly, Sean Ryan, and is it – Rob said it. I am skeptical. I think you need to see it. But why do you think this group has the potential to be better, or can it be much better than what we saw, especially at the back end of last season?
Well, I hope they're much better than what we saw at the back end of last season. Like, I'm hoping it's much better than that, because it needs to be much better than that. It just can't be a little bit better than that, because a little bit better than that is still not very good. We'll just put it that way. So, like, they need to be much better than what they were at the back half of last season. Why they can be? Because I like you said, I think Sean Ryan's going to improve a lot. I think Sean Ryan's going to play at a pretty good level this year. And I guess why as well is because that means the Jordan Morgan move hit, and he's playing at a really nice level at left tackle, and he's handling the responsibility and the pressure of that. So to me, that's how they are better than last year. I mean, obviously staying healthy too. Like, that's a big thing. Keeping Zach Tom as healthy as possible and hoping he makes it through every game and he's not aggravated by something in that knee or whatever it may be. So to me, that's how you are better than last year. And whether that plays out, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I need to see it. Right? Like, I need to see the group perform better than just saying it's going to happen, because there's things to be optimistic about, right? Like, you could be optimistic that the Jordan Morgan move is going to pan out, like, and that Belton is taking a step from year 1 to year 2, and Banksy's going to stay healthy, and Zach Tom's going to return to the same form that we're used to seeing him playing at. Yeah, like, those are all things that you can be really optimistic about, but like, that needs to happen, and that's where I'm holding judgment for this group.
A lot of question marks. There's a lot. I mean, if we're just like receiver, I feel good. That's why we've talked about. It's not just because we're both old offensive linemen. This is going to be the key to the season, is whether or not this group gets better, and there are a lot of question marks about how that's going to go. This you could sit there and be pie in the sky. Well, Jordan Morgan's going to play at an all-pro level. Zach Tom's going to be fully healthy and ready to roll. Aaron Banks is going to be this guy. If that was the case, we would have. I'm more nervous about it than I'd like to be.
Can I ask? Can I ask what might be a stupid question for someone who didn't play on the offensive line? So, if there's questions about all...
When someone asks, can I ask a question, and they're a host of a show, is that a stupid question in its own right?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah, it is.
Okay, so there's 5 spots on the offensive line.
Can I answer a question? Can I analyze?
Can I just ask the question? Then
maybe.
You can tell me if it's dumb, and we can move on.
Blue, what do you think of Jesse's shirt? Is going to be my first question to you. It's very loud, very bull of soup.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It is. There's a lot going on there.
It's a conversation starter. All right. 5 spots on the offensive line. We've talked extensively all offseason long about how there's really question marks at all 5 of them. How many of them need to perform well for you to say that the group is better this year? Is it simple, like, if 3 of them are better than expected, then they're going to be just fine? Like, that's the simple math. Or is it 4 of the 5 need to hit? Or do all 5 need to hit? Like, if there's one weakness, does the whole thing go to poop? Or
I'll ask Bryan this. Of everybody that we saw, Can any of those guys play at the same level that they did last year and you feel good about it?
No.
That's the problem. That's what makes me concerned.
So it's really all five, you're saying?
Yeah, they all need to raise their level. And let's be real. I mean,
how
Tausch is on
often,
great offensive lines.
How I was just going to say this. How often is that the case? Because typically what you'll have is you got guys, I know Bryan Bulaga, when he's healthy, I know what I'm going to get. I know David Bakhtiari. I know City. And now those are some really good offensive linemen, but just you don't know. And having a bunch of unknown at this point is got to be what probably keeps people up over there is like, how is this going to go? I don't know, because they don't know. And very rarely do you see where you're going to have some surprises in a good way, and you're going to have some surprises in a bad way, but there is not the I know what I'm getting when I see Banks doing this, and I know what I'm getting and I don't know if we have that, especially when you factor injury into it, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only one is if Zach Tom is healthy, what you're going to get out of Zach Tom, right? And that's one piece of the pie.
If he's healthy, yep.
Yes, and the thing is, I've been on good offensive lines. You've been on good offensive lines. Everyone needs to pull their weight. If someone doesn't pull their weight, the whole thing looks like crap. And that's just the way it works unfortunately, for offensive lines. If every guy's pulling their weight and doing what they need to do, the thing looks really well oiled. The offense ticks and it's smooth. If you got two guys not performing and screwing things up and missing assignments, that's making everyone look a certain way, right? And it affects the offense majorly. We'll just say that. It does a lot of damage to an offense when two guys on the offensive line aren't doing what they need to do. So you look what happens when one guy gets beat. Quarterback gets pressured, gets sacked, plays blown. That's one guy, right? So say there's two guys or three guys not holding a certain standard, it's just not going to look the way it needs to look. So, to me, yeah, it's every guy needs to raise their level and make sure that this thing's going in the right direction.
So you're telling me if Sean Ryan and Banks and everybody shows significant improvement from the end of last season to camp and the start of the season, but Jordan Morgan is not clearly better than he was last year,
you can make some adjustments if it's one guy that's struggling in a pass pro situation. You can make some adjustments, but you can't live that way.
That's a lot of pressure, and that makes me nervous.
There's a lot of pressure on Jordan.
Be.
If I'm being honest, Jordan Morgan is not the guy that I would be most concerned about. I actually think Sean Ryan is in a spot where I feel right now Zach Tom is the best player on this group. When he's healthy, we've seen him. He is a really good offensive tackle. He had a patella injury. That's not – and I don't even really know. I would love to hear more. I may have to call our friends at MoMA to get a better understanding of what, because you have a partially torn patella. I didn't notice that scar back in. I don't even know how. I know an MCL scars. I know an ACL doesn't. So that is the part of this. I don't know when he's going to be practicing. That's kind of all been, I want to say, swept under, but I don't know a ton about it. And that's where, because I'm with Blue. I mean, if Zach Tom's healthy, boom. No, that's where I feel really good. And I do feel really good about Sean Ryan. Everywhere else, we got to see it. I think Sean Ryan's going to be a really good he's going to be a very serviceable to really good center in this league. And if that's the case, everybody else's job is going to be a lot easier.
Brian,
I agree.
Last thoughts. This will be the last thing you say about the Green Bay Packers before you connect with us next week when training camp kicks off in Green Bay. Any thoughts, your closing thoughts on the Green Bay Packers offseason, Bryan Bulaga?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a very talented team. There's a lot of great football players on the team. It's just how do some of these spots, these worry spots, come together in training camp? You're looking in the secondary. You're looking up front offensive line-wise. You're looking at your pass rushers till Micah gets back. Potentially your depth at running back. You're looking at these little worry spots, and you're going, how is that going to develop in training camp, and who's going to emerge in these spots to pick up slack where it's needed or elevate their play and become someone that people talk about week in, week out, right? Like that to me is what I'm looking for during training camp is in these little worried positions, who emerges and who makes a name for themselves and becomes key contributors. Because we all know what happens in an NFL season. Guys get hurt, things happen. Who has to pick up the slack, right? And this is the time where guys earn that opportunity. And normally it's pretty clear to see in camp the guys that are making a name for themselves. So that's really it before camp starts for me is it's a roster full of really good football players, but there's spots that are concerning, and it's how does that get cleaned up during training camp and get this thing looking the way it should by week 1.
Question marks indeed as we head into training camp next week. Bryan Bulaga, thank you so much for the time as always. We appreciate you, pal.
All right, guys, take it easy.
I guess I'll have to tell him more about my golf game next time we catch up
I'm
with
sure
Bryan
he's
Bulaga.
super intrigued to hear more.
You can tell us more about UW Credit Union.
I'm a member. There's a lot of great folks over at UW Credit Union for every stage of life. UW Credit Union is here for every you, proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. They're going to help you reach your financial goals. Members, they get their money up to 2 days sooner with early payday. And you know what else? They have that great mobile app. It's a simple way to check accounts, make transfers, and more. It is a smart play from the pocket. Join today at uwcu.org, insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions to apply.
A lot to take away from that conversation with Bryan Bulaga. We'll recap it in 2 minutes when we start the official 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. Stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up. The sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed.
Mamma mia!
Screamin' Sicilian, so loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
The Dude Perfect Squad Games Tour is headed to Fiserv Forum on July 24th. Bring your squad and get ready to experience the dudes like you've never seen them before. This new tour is filled with larger-than-life battles and unexpected twists. Tickets start at just $30 all in. Get ready for a night of excitement, laughter, and competition with Dude Perfect at Fiserv Forum on July 24th. And, as the guys say, pound it, noggin. Get your tickets now at FiservForum.com. That's FiservForum.com.
This is Marquette basketball head coach Shaka Smart. You're listening to the home of Golden Eagle basketball, 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at ESPN Milwaukee.
I'm going to say Kissing Cousins, Pack Bikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And we'll end this crazy game in a tie. Oh, my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
O'clock hour, Wilde and Tausch, Jesse and Tausch. Jason's summer sabbatical continues. Recapping what we just heard from Bryan Bulaga during the tackle talk portion of the program. Extensive diving into the offensive line. 1 week out from training camp and reviewing Rob Demovsky's better, worse, or the same projections over at ESPN.com. It's pretty bold to say that you think that the offensive line is going to be better this year than it was last year. If
it's hopeful.
What you guys are saying is that pretty much every player, no matter which 5 are going to be starting, need to play better than they individually did last year.
Yeah, it wasn't a good year for them. We've been crystal clear about that, and even going through the season the way 2 years ago, Josh Jacobs did a lot of things after contact. The run game has not been good enough. And I think that's why they're ripping it down to the studs, and whether or not they're going to make it easier or however they're going to get more efficient running the football, that needs to happen. And then that will help them with all the other things. But, yeah, last year just wasn't good enough. And it needs to be a lot better this year. It can't just be like a little marginally better. That's why they went with, move Jordan Morgan out there. They're going to let him sink or swim for a while. And I think he's going to be okay. I think it's going to take a little time. He's going to have to learn. But to me, the Aaron Banks signing and how that has played out with, Elton Jenkins at center last year, and it just didn't work. Now, Aaron Banks gave him a lot more money. He is going to be here. He is going to have to stay healthy and be one of the guys. And if he's not, you're going to be asking a lot for a young player. And I do think that old Jaeger Burton, they like him. I think he is going to find a spot. I think they're going to, I don't know when. I don't know if it'll be immediate, but him and what they've said about him and the opportunities he's going to be given throughout training camp, if he can kind of grab hold of one of those, get the coaches to trust and believe in a rookie. We've seen it with a lot of other rookies. He's a little later pick. I think they are really high on his attributes and what he can do, and then that could add another layer because the last thing, and what I was frustrated about was after the season when they end up signing Sean Ryan, it was they're going to just kind of run this thing back, and then obviously Sheeto they didn't bring back, but we all knew Jordan Morgan was going to be left tackle regardless, and he never beat out Sheeto. And Sheeto didn't play very good. That's what I think Packer fans, when you want to be skeptical and have concerns, you can lean on those things and say, how are we going to get better? And it's going to come from those guys just playing better. Belton, I think, is going to be better. Sean Ryan, I think, is going to be better. Zach Tom's going to be healthy. That left side of the offensive line, that's going to be the spot that I think a lot of people are going to be watching very closely throughout training camp.
Shout out to our guy Steve-O in SoCal. He's been one of the loudest naysayers on the Packers as we've had different conversations throughout this offseason. It's led to some good conversation on this show. He has texted us about 38 times this morning in different capacities. I'm going to pick one that he said, but he's been very pessimistic about Rob's article, saying that he thinks a lot of different positions will be better this year. The offensive line conversation, he's been interested in the conversation, but disagreeing, or maybe actually agreeing with you guys, disagreeing with Rob, saying that he thinks the unit will be better. Steve-O says, and this is the best way to summarize everything he said, name a worse Packers O-line. I can't.
Well, we haven't played yet. Last year's O-line
you can't do that. You can say projected going into this thing.
Our 05 offensive line was not very good.
And the team wasn't very good that year.
We struggled.
It was the best 4-12 team of all time, but
it was a great 4-12 team. There's a lot of question marks. And as I was talking with Blue, it really is tough when you have question marks throughout because you can find ways and figure out different ways what teams are going to be good at, what they're not. When you have 2 or 3 guys that this is what we're going to get and it's good enough to win, you're not going to have 5 All-Pros. I'm not asking everybody to be Jonathan Ogden or Walter Jones. That's not what we're asking you to be. We're asking you just to be exactly what the coaches and the personnel folks have looked at and said, this is what our expectations are, and they weren't met last year. Will they be met this year? They're going to need to be, or the Packers are going to end up in the same boat. battling for a 7 seed and get knocked out. Because I think if you look at this thing holistically, what was the biggest problem area last year? It was the guys up front.
Still more to dive into from Rob Demovsky's Better, Worse, or the Same article reviewing the Packers' offense heading into 2026 over at ESPN.com. We've done the quarterbacks, the receivers, the offensive line. Still a couple of position groups to go. Running back seems to be one that everyone's interested in what Rob has to say. We'll dive into that coming up next. But first, Tausch, you want to tell us it's Wednesday. That's always a good day at Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
A little quick 60-minute drive. You get 50% off your meal of $40 or less if you're 55 or older, which I know Homer is. That's probably where he's at, why he's not going to join us today. But the Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90. In Rockford, Illinois, it offers the most generous and frequent promotions of any casino in the Midwest. Play, dine, and shop. They got the great sports book. Got live shows, they got slots, table games, everything you're looking for, Hard Rock Casino Rockford has. A premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois.
Running back room, better, worse, or the same? And how many question marks are there? Still 1 week out from training camp. We'll talk about it coming up next. It's Jesse and Tausch on Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jen Latta. I've spent my career around athletes, coaches, and people looking for an edge. That's why I was so impressed when I visited Revival in Brookfield. From kickboxing-inspired fitness, Kaiser cutting-edge performance training, yoga, bar, Pilates, and a suite of recovery experiences that include red light therapy, infrared sauna, cold plunge, and contrast therapy, Revival is redefining fitness and wellness all under one roof. Limited Tier 1 memberships are now available while they last. Schedule a tour today at revivalbrookfield.com.
Wisconsin State Fair turns 175 this summer, and we only get better with age. Join us for 11 days of fun, iconic traditions, grand champion moments, and food that's absolutely worth the hype. Celebrate 175 years together and get your tickets today at wistatefair.com. Wisconsin State Fair, presented by T-Mobile, August 6th through 16th. We'll see you there.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
25 years ago, a generational Bucs team made an unforgettable run.
This is the place to be.
Light It Up, narrated by Jim Paschke, is the new season of the Behind the Bucs podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. This is the oral history of the 2000-2001 Milwaukee Bucks and their run to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Absolute bedlam here at the Bradley Center.
Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Feels like the world is a little broken lately. Maybe all we need is a fix. Most spirits are acidic. Fix Vodka is different. Fix Vodka is the world's first high-alkaline, acid-free vodka. Handcrafted with natural spring water and select grain. Clean, smooth, done right. Better water, better vodka. Get your local fix.
Fix Vodka.
Enjoy responsibly.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA and founder of the Neal Group, with over 40 years of experience saving businesses money. I want to speak to you small business owners and make a bold statement. I will bet you our team can put at least $25,000 in your pocket. Yes, you heard right, $25,000. We work closely with small businesses to help them use tax strategies and develop processes and procedures to make their business generate cash to keep in their pocket.
My team and I have saved clients thousands of dollars by using our knowledge and experience to develop strategies tailored to your business. Would you like to see if you can do it? Your only cost is 33 minutes of your time. That's right, just 33 minutes, and who knows how much you can pocket. Remember, you earned it, we help you keep it. Call us at 414-325-2040 and ask the $25,000 question. That's 414-325-2040, or visit us at nealgroup.net. That's NEAL group.net.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
One week from pretty much right now, 10:30 next Wednesday, the Green Bay Packers will be out on the practice field. Training camp practice number 1 up in Green Bay.
Going to be open to the public or not?
That one's open to the public.
So non-padded. So this is the thing I still, and I know Popke listens to the show, I don't get. I don't understand why every training camp practice isn't open. I'd love for someone to explain that.
Because they're implementing offensive strategy.
No, they're not.
They got plays they're working on.
They're not.
You don't think there's...
If they want to implement strategy for the Vikings game or the Bears games, they go into Hudson Center. And that's fine. We did that. Training camp practices should be open. I don't understand. You build Titletown. You want people coming up, filling your hotels and getting your food. Open training camp practice. You're not giving away trade secrets. It's not the Strait of Hormuz and all the other stuff. It's practice. Like, when they have a padded practice, it should be open to the public. Period. Thin. Help me understand why it's not.
What did the Strait of Hormuz have to do with any of that? Never mind. I don't want to know the answer to that. All right, never mind. I agree with you. I think the more, especially Green Bay is such a destination for fans, and so many
fans
want to
come up.
games.
You have Dream Drive, which is a great partner. You guys will be up there cutting ribbons, and it's always great. Bikers and families come up. It's awesome. It's what it's all about.
Signing autographs, and interacting with everybody.
I can't comprehend why. And is it a huge deal? It is to the fans. Railbirds. I mean, people want to come and this is their only real look at it. And we're not giving away anything. Like, I understand they don't want people videoing things. I get all of that. This is all basic install, that everything is on film. You're not going to put in new plays and all this things that you're going to beat the Vikings with on July 28th. That's just not going to happen. So you want to see all these young players. You want to sell jerseys. You want people coming up and eating and all this stuff. That's great. I love it. You built this beautiful deal. Fans are everywhere. And I have a hard time getting my head wrapped around why there's so few open practices. I am open to hearing why. I want to know. I'd love for someone to give me a good explanation. I am not going to sit here and say it makes no sense to me. And I feel like I'm a sensible guy. I can be swayed. I just want to get a better understanding of it.
844-770-3776. That's the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line. List is more.
People are coming. I mean, I know this. There are people come from La Crosse, and they want to get down, and they want to go, and they're wanting to spend their hard money on jerseys and training camp hats and T-shirts, and they want to watch a practice. They want to get autographs on guys biking down. It's all fun. And I love it. I don't understand it. And I want to understand. This isn't me on a soapbox saying, I want to understand. I've asked this question for 3 years. I've not gotten a good answer.
I mean, I can say this. When I was a kid, I went to 2 or 3 training camp practices with my mom and dad, and one of them I got to get Brett Favre's autograph, who was really cool. He was like the one time at practice he was signing autographs at the table afterward. But you get to go up. It was before they had the bleachers and everything set up, but he would stand along the rail and look in and see what was going on. And then you'd go over to the team store, you walk around Lambeau, maybe do a stadium tour, make like a whole experience out of it. And I think there's a lot of families, a lot of fans that do that. I didn't go to a game until I was 24.
So you needed a nap.
Until I was 24, 25. That was my first game
Now you
I
go
ever
to
went
games to take naps.
Yeah, I know. It's been there, done that. But I think you're right. Like, there's so many Packers fans, diehard Packers fans, that love the team that don't get to go to games and they want to go up and
I just want to understand. Like, you have a month window here, and you have practices. They're already limited practices a ton, which great. Player safety. I'm on board. I'm fine with that. That is what it is. But when they're doing padded practices, I think fans clamor to get out there. They just want a little something. And I don't understand why the Packers are not just opening it up. Like, the bleachers are all set up. And if you need to, go inside. If you're going to do 3 periods inside, go for it. I don't get it.
We'll see if we can get some answers for you on that by the time you return from your summer sabbatical. It is the start of training camp next week. We'll delay our running back conversation. We'll do that coming up next. But you're talking about training camp. And, of course, when you're talking training camp, you're talking Dream Drive. And we're talking Dream Drive, we're talking American Family Insurance.
We are. That's what American Family Insurance does. And Brewers game day, you want to make it a dream for the whole family. At the parking lot patio during Kids Day before you head inside American Family Field on July 19th. That's coming up. No, that's already happened.
You got to go to the next one there,
and
OT.
August 9th, stop by the parking lot patio next to the third base gate entrance. Let the fun begin. You got free face painting, temporary tattoos, photo ops, yard games, free giveaways, live music from local DJs. It's the perfect pregame stop for families. Come early, have fun, and make it a day to remember, all thanks to American Family Insurance.
All right, for real this time. Running backs, better, worse, or the same as last year? Interesting conversation. We'll have it next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
At Associated Bank, we thought about speaking like other banks with hoity-toity names like Total Privilege Pay or something. But we don't speak bankish, we speak your language. When we say 2-day early pay, we mean you get paid 2 days early. $50 overdraft grace zone? That's a grace zone of up to $50 if overdrafts happen. And maintenance fee free account? Well, that speaks for itself. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
Calling all High Life lovers, the Champaign of Beers is making history. They're selecting their very first mayor of the Champaign of Beers region. Share your story, throw your hat in the ring, and show us why you love High Life by visiting the Miller Brewery website. Must be 25 plus to sign up, 21 plus to enjoy. Celebrate responsibly.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Slide into your neighborhood Century Food Store to score the freshest produce, tastiest treats, and everything in between. Now through Wednesday, save on 16-ounce selected varieties, essential everyday pasta, 88 cents. 8-ounce selected varieties, essential everyday brick cream cheese, 2 for $3. Red or green seedless grapes, $2.49 a pound. Pork baby back ribs, $2.99 a pound.
It's a long fly ball.
What?
Safe.
Every time I scan, what is happening?
A leaping grab at the wall.
Okay, fine, I'll play. Get a load of this watermelon. And here's the pitch.
Please wait for assistance.
Win Century Foods Ultimate Fan Experiences at Milwaukee baseball games. Throw out the first pitch, hold the ribbon for the Johnsonville famous sausage race, or watch batting practice from the field.
Ooh, what do I do?
Complete the entry form in Century's weekly ad and return to the store.
Ah, no, what happened here? Oh, self-checkout couldn't handle my heater. Here, I filled out my entry form. Gotta go. Have a great day.
I'll go get the mop.
Enter by August 5th.
ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust here, joined now by David Malukas, the driver of the number 12 Penske Chevrolet, as we are getting ready for Road America. David, so happy to have you. What was the thing that when you went to Road America that you loved most?
The cheese curds, you know. The cheese curds are good. But no, honestly, it's just whatever the track brings, there's so much to it, right? You can be there for the races, or, you know, if you have younger kids and they get bored and they want to go play, there's so many different things going on. I mean, it's almost like a whole different festival of itself. I mean, you could go zip lining, you could see all these different things, and the track viewing perspective, the track is so massive, you can literally explore all these different areas and go to the camping grounds. So many different things going on. I remember pretty much every single year now that I've gone, I can go into the camping grounds, and there's always the crew of people just doing these different games, having a good time. So for me, it's one of the favorite blends of, okay, I'm here for a professional racetrack, but at the same time, I'm just having a good time with some good people here in the Midwest.
For all things Road America, you know where to go. It's roadamerica.com. That's roadamerica.com.
Milwaukee Weight Loss knows the secret to losing up to a pound of fat every day with no drugs or surgery, and they'll show you how to keep it off for good. Get your confidence and your health back. Right now, $200 off the summer special for limited time only. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to book your free consultation. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Wilde and Tausch, Jesse and Tausch. Ryan Wollersheim, our producer behind the glass. This is another one of those days where the producer hasn't chimed in very much, which for everyone else is like, oh, why isn't this the case more often on this show? It's my bad.
And I also love, I ask Wooly a question, a request, and he gets it back to me like pretty much immediately.
That's nice of him.
Yeah, you see how fast those stats came?
That's very good.
That was really nice.
It's like 2 business
and he
days
didn't
for Jesse.
complain and like cry about it. That's a nice change of pace.
Wilde Tausch 10th anniversary presented by Steinhoffels. When you've been doing this for 8 years with these guys, you get a little grumpy every now and then.
Yeah, I can understand that. I actually can totally understand
See how
that.
Wooly does 8 years from now if he's getting those requests coming his way still, huh?
Sure.
Let's talk about the running backs. For those of you just joining us, we have been reviewing throughout today's show, including with Bryan Bulaga. Rob Demovsky at ESPN.com has reviewed by position on the Packers offense. Better, worse, or the same from 2025 to 2026, with us being 1 week out from the kickoff of training camp in Green Bay next Wednesday. So if you're just joining us, the quarterback, Rob says, worse because of the loss of Malik Willis and the addition of Tyrod Taylor. Nothing to do with Jordan Love.
I can't fight Rob on that as much, but I think that Tyrod Taylor is going to be a very good addition to that room. And it's not just going to be if he has to play. I think there's more of an impact in the backup quarterback usually when you don't play. What are you doing? And I think Tyrod's going to be able to give something that Malik couldn't to Jordan, which is some veteran perspective and maybe some different approaches that he's had that has allowed him to last in this league 17 years.
The wide receiver room, Rob says, better. Had a lengthy conversation about the roles.
I can understand Rob's point on that, too, and I hope that that's the case.
Offensive line, he says, better. We talked about that very extensively
I'm starting to
with
wonder
Bryan
if Rob
Bulaga.
just doesn't want the smoke.
Well, he might, but you can check out the conversation with Bulaga on the ESPN Wisconsin app or on the ESPN Madison, ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channels. Subscribe so you get notified every time we go live. Running back, let's talk about this one, because when we first brought this conversation up at the start of the show, I saw a text come in almost immediately. It said, I'm really curious what running back is going to look like in this conversation. Rob Demovsky asserts better, worse, or the same for the running back room heading into 2026. The loss of Emmanuel Wilson, he's in Seattle now, right, with the defending champs?
I do believe so, yes.
The additions, Damian Martinez, Jade Nixon, but really the addition is Marshawn Lloyd, because he, with Emmanuel Wilson gone and not being healthy for each of really the first several years of his career, Marshawn Lloyd and Chris Brooks are going to be sharing the role as RB2.
Are you buying what Rob's selling?
I'm buying the same for right now. I think there's a lot of question marks on a lot of stuff. Like, we have not heard anything on this Josh Jacobs situation that came up in late May.
And I think that's probably good for Josh.
That's good for Josh, and it's good if you want to see him on the field for the Packers this year. Obviously, the legal ramifications, we won't dive into all that because we don't know what's all going on with it. Josh Jacobs is one of the best running backs in the league if he's healthy and available, and we've seen how he has been in addition and a strength of the Packers offense when it's all working. It has altered how they run their offense. We heard a couple of different analysts join us and say that over the last several months. With no Emmanuel Wilson, who was a very serviceable backup when Josh Jacobs couldn't go, Chris Brooks, Marshawn Lloyd, and of course the big question mark you'd have to circle is Lloyd, because he hasn't been able to stay healthy so far in his career. A lot of bad luck for him. We've had some shows where we've talked extensively about him. If he could stay healthy, he could become a little bit of a weapon here for the Packers in 2026. But, of course, that comes with a big caveat of if. So is this really all just Josh Jacobs? Does it matter who the backup running backs are?
It does matter.
So what do you assert here? Do you agree with Rob saying the same as last year?
My old buddy T-Stro, R.I.P., he always used to tell me, if is a pretty big word. And I said, well, if's only 2 letters. If's a pretty big word. And you just said 32 ifs. If this, and if that, and if the legal, all the if. Nobody is going to sit here and say on July 22nd that the running back room is in a better spot than it was. Emmanuel Wilson's gone. Emmanuel Wilson had a 27-carry game against the Vikings last year. He was a very nice, serviceable second back. Marshawn Lloyd, we've seen one play. We're going to bank on him being like this home run threat for us. I hope it works. But that running back room is not in a better spot today than it was last year. Same? There is no same. You either get better or you get worse. It's not the world that we live in. No, I'll probably say same for linebackers.
I was going to say, wait a minute.
I'm going to probably say same later, but
the entire premise of the article is better, worse, or
no,
the same.
And I get it's different than obviously analyzing things and playing are 2 different worlds. But I don't know how all of the numbers for Josh, and again, I've been very clear about the O-line. It was not good enough last year. Everything showed you decline last year. Why is it going to get better? Why is the running back room going to be better? Are you banking that Marshawn Lloyd's going to stay healthy for 10 games and he's going to have 2 or 3 huge plays a game? Maybe. If that happens, then I'll say better. And if Josh Jacobs is cleared and he is fresh and healthy and can stay healthy and his O-line is blocking better, then I'll say, okay. Who else on that list? Brooks is on that list, right?
Chris Brooks, yeah.
Well, if he elevates and does all this stuff, so no, the room is not better as we sit here today. I don't know how you can make an argument that it is.
Josh Jacobs unveiled today at channel3000.com by Jason Wilde, number 7 on his list of most important Packers of 2026. Let me ask you this relative to the running back room and Josh Jacobs.
I think there's going to be a player that emerges that we don't know about.
What do you mean by that?
I think there's going to be an undrafted. You just mentioned a couple other guys. There's going to be waiver wires. I think there's somebody that's out there. Josh is going to be the number 1 as long as he's healthy and he's free and ready to go. But I just feel like this year is tailor-made for an unknown to elevate and position themselves to be the next back for the Green Bay Packers. I don't know who that is yet. I don't know if he's on the roster, if he's not. If I'm an undrafted free agent or if I'm a guy that gets cut, Green Bay is a spot I'd love to come because I think there is opportunity for someone to snatch a position and run with something. A Ryan Grant type situation is available, I believe, this year.
Let me ask you this about Josh Jacobs. So if all goes well, hear me out on this. If all goes well for the Packers this year, in reality, to me, I don't think Josh Jacobs would be in the top 10 of most important Packers in 2026. And that would be a good thing because it means that they're not depending on him the way that they might need to if other players don't emerge as well on the offensive line or in the receiving core, all the conversations we've had so far, especially on offense today. I think it would actually be a good thing if Josh Jacobs becomes less of a focal point of what we talk about on this show and when reviewing the Packers.
Yeah, no, I think that's foolish.
Of course you do. Why?
You need to have a running game. He is the player you've invested in and you are counting on to be your bell cow. So does he need to be? He's not a home run hitter. That's not what he does. He is a physical, pounding runner. And I want to see more under center, outside zone. I don't want to take away what he does best, but I want him to inflict his physicality on opposing teams. A lot of that starts up front. So it's one thing if Josh Jacobs is, they ask him to take a pay cut and there's somebody else there. They've put their eggs in that basket. When you let Emmanuel Wilson go, and they didn't have to let Emmanuel Wilson go. It wasn't like it was some – they like Brooks. They're, I think, also trying to give Marshawn Lloyd an opportunity. But Josh Jacobs, for this offense to go, yes, your receivers and Tucker and Jordan, those things are all – it's O-line and Josh Jacobs in unison finding a way to make that running game, because I'm going to tell you, Carolina showed the blueprint last year. Play two safeties deep. Do you have the patience and the physicality to run the football consistently? They didn't. The running game was not good. Teams copied that. And when you do that, that will also come into this year. Even though it's a new group, they're going to say, I don't know if you have the patience, Matt LaFleur, to take 4 and 5 yards a carry and just keep pounding people into submission. I don't know. They did it against the Vikings. Not many other games you saw that. And we'll see if they can implement that. And Josh Jacobs will be a huge piece to that if that is indeed the way they got to do it.
One last note here. It comes from a text. Bill in Delavan. Thanks for the text here on the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line, 844-770-3776. If the offensive line is indeed better, the running backs are automatically better.
Definitely going to help.
Agree?
I would agree. Yeah, running backs make offensive linemen a lot better, but linemen have to give – our job as offensive linemen were give your guys a chance. You don't need to be road grading people into submission. You just give Favre, Rodgers, give them some time to make a play. Give Amon Green room to run. Give Josh Jacobs room to run. Don't let him get started. Way too many times last year he'd have to jump cut 3 yards deep in the backfield. Too much penetration, too much stuff that just wasn't conducive to good running the football. It's not the sexiest thing, even though on our show we make it, because it matters. You're not good up front, you don't win. Don't matter what level you play. It's high school, it's college, it's pros. If you're not good up front, you're not going to beat anybody, because other teams' defenses are good, and they will abuse you if you can't do even the most basic things. And last year, we got away from that, and that is why things played out the way that they did.
Again, you can check out Jason Wilde's countdown of the most important Packers of 2026. Josh Jacobs checking in at number 7 over at channel3000.com. We're going to dive more into his countdown of the players that we haven't gotten to this week. We'll do that tomorrow on our program here on Wilde and Tausch. We're going to have one of our Gruber Law Office's celebratory One Call That's All messages coming up next as we celebrate the 10th anniversary all summer long, presented by Steinhoffels. Before we get to that, though, got any bacon laying around here, Tausch?
Yeah,
we get from Jones Dairy?
Slap you with a little bit of bacon. It's not all that Jones does, but they do it well. Their bacon is life-changing. Why is it so special? Well, it's dry-aged for up to 3 weeks. Intense flavor. It's all worth the wait. Cherry wood, hickory hardwood, all of it. They also have great sausage, and everybody's wanting to eat cleaner. Get rid of those nitrates and the fillers and all that other stuff. Well, Jones Dairy, their recipe is simple, and it's as old as Jones Dairy is, all the way back to 1889 for 7 generations. Visit the Jones Market in Fort Atkinson or find Jones products in grocery stores across Wisconsin at the website finder jonesdairyfarm.com.
Wilde and Tausch 10th anniversary celebration continues with one of our celebratory messages from Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All. That's coming up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 4th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they play the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Local Union 2150 IBEW. Tune in August 4th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
25 years ago, a generational Bucs team made an unforgettable run.
This is the place to be.
Light It Up, narrated by Jim Paschke, is the new season of the Behind the Bucs podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. This is the oral history of the 2000-2001 Milwaukee Bucks and their run to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Absolute bedlam here at the Bradley Center.
Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling, trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
You never know when someone you care about might need a place like Curative Care. For more than a century, Curative Care has been helping children, adults, and families across southeast Wisconsin navigate developmental disabilities and find the support they need to thrive. They help families every step of the way, from early childhood through adulthood. They connect parents with resources, provide guidance through challenging times, and create a community where people truly belong. If you know someone who may be looking for answers and support for a loved one with developmental disabilities, visit curative.org. That's curative.org. Do it today.
You already know that Kessler's is the world's largest employee-owned group of jewelry stores.
We were recently told that Kessler's is the fastest growing group of jewelry stores in America.
Well, it just goes to show you.
Show you what?
That people like to feel good.
What do you mean?
Rick, you know how many people will drop by and look in the showcases and have some coffee and chat with their sales associates?
Yes.
That doesn't happen at other stores.
Really?
People come to Kessler's because it brightens their day.
It makes them feel good.
It certainly makes me feel good.
Tell me why.
Well, everyone's always in a good mood. And everything is clean and sparkling and romantic and happy.
It feels like sunshine and rainbows, doesn't it?
Sarah, that's exactly what it feels like.
When you're having a great day, come to Kessler's.
Have some coffee and let us clean your jewelry.
Our jewelry cleaning equipment is completely different than what you have at home.
And we're delighted to do it for free, of course.
Welcome to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
It's a winning explosion at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. This July, Winplosion rockets in, bursting with $300,000 in cash and reward play. For your shot at winning, just play with your rewards card. Then join us for the Thursday night prize drawings. Plus, every Winplosion entry also counts toward the big WinFest Grand Finale in September. It's Winplosion. Big bang, big bucks. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Wilde and Tausch, Jesse and Tausch today. Jason's summer sabbatical continues. He'll return next week. Training camp next week up in Green Bay. Wednesday, practice number 1 in Titletown. It is the summer celebration of Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels I didn't exactly say that. I see you looking at me like that was a weird way to set that up.
Don't be so insecure. I wasn't staring at you in any way, shape, or form. That's on me if you feel that.
I thought you gave me.
Jesse's such a self-conscious host.
He's super. Yeah, it's like, oh, was that good? Was that good?
What do you think of my shirt?
Yeah. Jesse, you're doing a really good job.
Everyone had something to say about my shirt when I walked in here today. I figured that was it. All right. Wilde Tausch's 10th anniversary presented by...
844-770-3776.
We need to change.
Well, you notice when Jesse is like running out, he'll just like, and then he'll like kind of stammer to let you know that he doesn't have anything else to add.
Yeah, there was a couple times in the Bulaga interview. I could tell. He was very insecure about the shirt, and I feel like he was like...
He shouldn't be, though. What? You think Becca gets you that so that you feel insecure?
Sometimes.
You do?
I don't think it's not on the table. But I guess that would then add to my level of insecurity.
You really wanted to give Karmazin some relationship advice yesterday, didn't you?
I did not.
I feel like you did.
I would not like to give any relationship advice, and I would not like
Why
to
did you
return a set
volunteer
from
it then?
a volleyball player.
Why did you volunteer?
Because you signed me up for it.
I didn't sign you. I signed you up for the love volleyball. I didn't sign you up for...
You did volunteer the fact that you have given a lot of relationships.
Like
you tossed it out there, and I said, I'm going to lean into this and say I'm pretty good at this stuff. Yeah.
Oh, so you lied.
I didn't toss anything out there. You were talking about relationships, and
I'm not going to walk around the office or go down the street and be like, hey, who needs relationship advice? I'm here for you.
You should do it while wearing
There's one of our MCs that you're giving a lot of relationship advice to.
Well, that's because I was asked.
Really? Well, what kind of advice have you given her?
Time now for a celebratory message from Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Sounds like someone's here to celebrate with us.
10 years with this show? Oh my gosh, what a run.
Wilde Tausch's 10th anniversary is presented by Steinhoffels.
Greatest show on ESPN Wisconsin, period.
And this celebratory message is brought to us by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hey guys, it's Jackrabbit Mama wishing you a happy 10th anniversary. I've been a regular listener since early days, but it took Tucker Kraft becoming a Packer to give me a nudge to begin calling. Being a part of the Wilde and Tausch family is a great honor. It's funny to say you feel part of a group of strangers that just happen to listen to the same radio show, but it's true. The Packer talk keeps me company at work. It's a great distraction from life, and it just feels comfortable and familiar. It's like a conversation that we can always jump right back into. Honestly, some days it feels like Jason and Tausch need a mom to step in and keep them from coming to blows. So that's what it means to be part of the family. Thanks to all of you, Jesse definitely included, and let's keep it going for another decade. And always remember, go big, go blue, go Jacks.
Great places, South Dakota.
I think Jackrabbit Mama encapsulated that all pretty well.
I think she nailed it.
She included you, which I know makes you happy.
I always appreciate being included in the messages. Yeah, that's good.
That is, I mean, we've been doing this. It's 10 years in 2 weeks. We've been doing this for a while. And I think what we're looking for, and I can't speak for Jason, we're going to swap it. That's just what we do. But the Packer talk, and that's, I think, obviously that is our main area of expertise. But if we can make people feel part of the community, that is our goal. That's what I hope to do when we started the show, and it makes me very happy. Even with Jackrabbit Mama having to step in, she was a two segments she got when we were down in the group.
By the Milwaukee studio. Yeah,
that is what it's all about on our end. Is that we just want to be a place that you can come if you want to come for an hour, if you want to come for all 3 hours, you want to come for 10 minutes, you have something you want to get off your chest. We love it. So that makes, I think, all of us at Wilde and Tausch and with our whole group feel really good when we get notes like that.
Yeah, it's been great hearing those messages all summer long. Makes our hearts full here. Jason, Tausch, and me.
Full hearts, full minds. I don't know how the rest of that quote goes, but it does make you feel good when you have people that care about you. I like that.
Yeah, and celebratory messages here as part of our 10th anniversary presented by Steinhoffels are brought to us by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. They stand up for victims, take the burden off their shoulders, and they focus on the legal aspect while clients focus on healing. It's just one call, and they'll handle the rest. They've been serving the people and the state of Wisconsin for 35 years. Giving back to the community is incredibly important to Gruber Law Offices, just like we enjoy giving back to our Wilde Tausch community here. We saw the Gruber Law Offices crew out at the ESPN Milwaukee Open last week, thanks to David and the whole team over at Gruber Law Offices. Check them out, gruber-law.com, to learn more about the firm, in addition to what they do in the community, or give them a call. You know the number, 414-276-6666. That's 414-276-6666. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all. Fitting that Jackrabbit Mama had our celebratory message, because there's one position group we've yet to review from Rob Demovsky's Better, Worse, or the Same article at ESPN.com. That's the tight ends. We'll talk about that to kick off the 11 o'clock hour in 2 minutes on Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. And when we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 665 Larry Court in Waukesha. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space. ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for MoMA. Battling a sore knee, a shoulder, elbow, hand, neck, back, or foot pain? MoMA can get you back in the game. MoMA is the new Midwest Orthopedic and Musculoskeletal Alliance, connecting trusted local providers like OIW, SMOC, and Innovative Pain, with expert care and innovative treatments provided in their offices. The Surgery Center, Ortho Laser, Smart Scan, or MOSH. With the best orthopedic care and recovery, MoMA can get you back to doing what you love. Call or walk in today. Visit MoMAMKE.com. That's MoMAMKE.com.
Meet Lee Platz, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
The greatest shopping event of the summer is here. Macy's Black Friday and July sale is back, where you'll find 40 to 60% savings on all the hottest summer fashion and more. Don't wait. Get first dibs on everything you love about Black Friday shopping, from unbeatable sales across the store to curated styles for the season at lower than low prices. Head to Macy's now for a fun-filled holiday shopping adventure smack dab in the middle of summer. It's the can't-miss sale of the month, Black Friday and July at Macy's. Savings off select prices. Exclusions apply.
This is Wisconsin basketball head coach Greg Gard. This is 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD2, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur, on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt? No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Offices, One Call That's All studio at ESPN Milwaukee.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch.
Pretty good clock management by you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, you too.
I know you're getting into Tucker Craft here, but I talked about this on WTMJ this morning. The YouTube, and I don't know, I know we're on YouTube. I don't fully understand. You can't play music. You can't, I don't know about all that. But you can put a schedule out of things like, oh, Wilde and Tausch, we're going to have so-and-so guest hosting on Friday, and blah, blah, blah. And you could put out a notification, right? And it'll pop up and it'll be like, oh, you're interested in this, you subscribe, boom.
Yeah, you can schedule your live stream ahead of time.
So if you're doing that, and the reason I bring this up is the Miami Heat put something out to announce a certain, not Giannis, a certain other free agent in the NBA world. And now I see the Miami Heat are firing their director of YouTube strategy. That wouldn't happen by accident, would it?
Well, you can interpret that probably one of two ways. So it's either, number one, the director of YouTube strategy tipped the news that the Heat are going to sign LeBron James.
Yeah.
And so you can't break that news without any
But
I'm sure LeBron wants
the
to do it a
Miami
certain
Heat
way.
website and their YouTube channel breaking that news?
Yeah, which is why I think it might actually be the second option, which is the director of YouTube strategy was like, well, just in case the Heat end up signing him in the next week or two, I'm going to schedule this and then we'll have it ready.
But on
and
a
then
specific date?
That's what makes it weird. But also, if you're doing that and then it goes public and everybody sees it and then it causes this uproar, that's what I would think would be more fireable because it's not even true. If they're not interested in bringing him in,
But it sounds
but
like
he's
it is
doing it
true.
just in case.
The odds have went way in the favor of the Miami Heat getting LeBron back.
Well, of course. I mean, when you see something like this,
No,
yeah.
but it was even before that.
So you think this guy knows?
I just
that
want to
this is
understand from you and from Wooly and from the folks that do all the putting up stuff on video and everything else, if that is a mistake that is innocent or is it, I didn't know.
The only thing that we've ever scheduled in advance without knowing is when we have a Prep Mania playoff game. And we don't know the teams that are going to be in it because they play basketball the night before. But we want to have it scheduled so we can share this is when the game is going to take place on Saturday night at 7 o'clock. That's the only time in our experience we've ever done that, scheduling way in advance for something you don't know.
If LeBron goes to Miami, can we still root for Giannis?
You tell me. You're our NBA enthusiast.
No, I'm asking you. I can't.
I mean,
I won't.
I'm not going to openly root for Giannis to win a championship in Miami. I want him to. I have no ill will toward Giannis. I thank him for.
Yeah, but you don't want Miami to go
the Bucks
win
on the map.
I don't want Miami winning 3 championships.
Of course not. I don't want him winning 1 championship.
Then you don't have. You do have ill will.
They're just not a team that I like.
I understand.
I don't
but
like the
you
Miami
can't
Heat
say
franchise.
you don't have any ill will. If you had no will or ill on anything, you wouldn't care. And if you don't care, it's if they win, I don't care. You have will, and it is ill if you don't want them to win.
I don't think I have ill will toward the Heat. If I'm
Wooly, can he have ill will? If he doesn't care, he doesn't care. If you specifically say, I don't want Giannis winning a championship with the Heat, that's ill will.
Yeah, that's ill will. That's being spurned as a former, lover.
Isn't there a difference?
Spurned as a former lover.
Isn't there
that's what most Bucks fans
the
are.
relationship
There's a difference
expert over
between
here.
saying I don't care if you're in a relationship and you break up. I don't really care what happens with that person. Go our merry ways and have the best life you'll ever have.
Sure.
As opposed to saying I hope that person is miserable for the rest of their lives and I hope they never find
There
love.
is a difference
that's
between
ill
being.
will.
There is a difference between being miserable and being exalted. There's a difference. And if you don't have any interest, it's okay, I hope that they're fine. I hope they go have a great life. I hope that Giannis enjoys his time in Miami. But I don't want someone saying, your organization isn't good enough to build around me. These guys are, and I'm proving it. It's the Favre effect. I didn't want Brett to win a championship in Minnesota. I don't think Packer fans wanted to see all of these memes and jokes of Minnesota never winning a championship, and then one of our that we love the most goes there and leads them to a championship. It would have been bad.
It would have been terrible for Packers fans
and
who
if
weren't cheering
Giannis
for
goes,
him.
I was rooting for Giannis because I think Giannis is a good dude. I think he works hard. I think he's just insecure or immature. I think he was immature. Now you bring LeBron in there. And if the Heat win a championship, you can't take away what Giannis did. But I would not be happy about it. I would not. I guess if you're going to use the ill will, I don't have any ill will if Giannis is there by himself. If LeBron goes there again, I'll have ill will.
I might actually totally change my perception of this as you just laid that out. Here's what I'm thinking. If LeBron goes back to Miami, joins Giannis, wins a championship, and then says, that's it, I'm out, I retire, that's going to be looked at as LeBron's championship to culminate his outstanding career, and Giannis is going to be just like an extra character added in, as opposed to Giannis being the guy that leads the Heat to a championship. And then if Giannis does that by himself, then you start to compare his resume with Miami to Milwaukee. If LeBron does it, there's no comparison. It was LeBron's final championship. I kind of want him to win one with LeBron and then not by himself the rest of the time.
Giannis went by himself, and LeBron decided to jump on his bus. Barkley and those guys talk about the bus driver. That's not going to be LeBron's bus. That's going to be Giannis's bus. So, no, I will not take. Giannis is going to be the leader, at least from a stat standpoint and from everything else.
You know that's not how anybody's going to look at that.
I would disagree. We would not sit there and say, that's LeBron. You would say Giannis and LeBron, but Giannis will get the bulk share of the credit if they win a championship in Miami.
Disagree. It would be a culmination. It would be a culmination of LeBron's career.
You can
going back to
him.
where he was in his prime in the the second to last great dynasty of the NBA in Miami when he had that big three. That would be the culmination, going back there, winning one last one, and LeBron would be the first one to tell everybody that's his last championship.
He'll say it's his championship, but if you don't think Giannis is going to get credit, and then they'll say Giannis has the same amount of championships in Miami and is in Milwaukee, and it's because of LeBron. LeBron obviously would be a big part of that. It's still Giannis's championship.
Giannis would be looked at like Bosch.
That's so absurd.
It's not.
You're saying
he'd
Giannis.
be a third wheel on it. Come on, dude. If anything, if you said Dwayne Wade, I'd say, okay, that's an interesting. That's as bad of a take as Rutledge's.
This is not.
Is Bam
Chris Bosh?
Is Bam the Dwayne Wade in this situation?
Bam's Dwayne Wade because he was
Okay.
already there.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude scored 83 in a game. Bam is the Bam would be Dwayne Wade.
Jason.
LeBron would be LeBron.
Somebody get Jason back.
And
oh
that
my
would
God.
make Giannis would be Bosh.
Who would have thought I'd say, get me Jason Wilde back today, but right now I'm saying it, and Jason, please. Come on, man.
You're the one who I wanted to talk about Tucker Kraft. You're the one who's, should we fire the YouTube director in Miami? And that's what led to all this, because you saw some tweet about some YouTube guy.
It is real.
I think LeBron is going to Miami, and I think it's an interesting – it changes the whole dynamic for me. I didn't care. I was kind of in the category of good for you, because Giannis was not going to win a championship as it was currently situated.
No.
I still don't think they will. But if they do, it's going to be Giannis and LeBron, and that's going to be a very fun and crazy thing to watch from the outside. And I think now you don't want people throwing stuff in your face if a girlfriend breaks up with you. You don't want them showing you they're out on a yacht and they're kicking butt and you're sitting there, dealing with turtles in your backyard. Like, that's not where you want to be. You prefer if it's like, okay, yeah, I hope that they're happy. I hope that they're doing well, but I don't need to see, oh, my God, my life is so much better without you. That's what this is going to be. If LeBron goes there, it is going to be nonstop. LeBron's last run, it's going to be documented. Giannis will talk about what the Bucks didn't do and all this other. It's just going to be miserable for Bucks fans if LeBron goes to Miami.
I feel like the Turtles.
Especially if they win. If they lose, I think we'll probably all be sitting there. How's that working for you, Yanni? Like, I think that's going to be. There is not going to be. You're not going to be allowed the middle ground of what we have right now. This will take away the middle ground. It's going to go one way or the other.
If Giannis goes there and wins one, and he is the premier lone player that leads them to a title, there's going to be more conversation.
He's the Udonis Haslem
comparing
of the
him
Heat
to his legacy in Milwaukee than it will be if LeBron goes
Mike
back.
Mike Myers.
It's
Was that the three-point shooter?
It's going to be that was Shrek. It's going to be
Davion Mitchell.
Beasley. Wasn't there a Beasley
Malik
on that
Beasley?
squad?
Well, there was.
He's somewhere else now.
Yeah. Want to bet on that?
Mike Miller.
Mike Miller
is the guy I was thinking, not Mike Myers.
Not Mike Myers.
Chris
I stand by it.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. If LeBron goes there, the entire season in Miami is going to be about LeBron and not about Giannis. That's the way it will be viewed nationally. That's the storyline for the casual NBA. The diehards are going to be like, oh, look, Giannis is the catalyst there, just like Dwayne Wade played such a significant role when LeBron went there the first time. Like, yeah, he'll be looked at as Dwayne Wade. He won't be Bosh. But it won't be looked at as Giannis's championship. It'll be LeBron's last championship if they team up and they run that for 1 year here in Miami. No doubt that's how it's going to be looked at by everybody involved. Everybody.
We agree to disagree.
Trivia time. 844-770-3776. Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf on a Wisconsin Geography Wednesday. Ryan Wollersheim, day 2 in the saddle, making the trivia questions
Anyone
today.
can do regular trivia. Geography trivia is another level.
It's a big deal, I know.
I know.
I tried to come
pressure's
prepared.
on.
Yeah.
We'll see how Wooly does here.
I hope we don't have to YouTube heat him.
Post my job
Not
on
looking,
LinkedIn.
not looking
would
for a
be good.
YouTube heating deal.
Especially because we need him tomorrow still. Ryan, what? This is always our most popular
well, I've
category.
seen other people being like, well, that's a whole nother conversation.
Whoa, Nelly.
Yes, indeed.
This is going to be our most popular trivia caller of the week. Nelly. What caller number would you like, Daytime Wollersheim?
Giannis's new number in Miami is number 7. Let's go. Caller number 7.
What's LeBron's number going to be in Miami?
He'll go back to 6. I think he goes back to 6.
You think?
And Bam scored 83 in a game last year. The Dwayne Wade of the Heat.
So 96, is that our caller?
Caller 13.
There we go.
7 and 6. 13. Caller 13 right now at 844-770-3776. Caller 13 plays Wisconsin Geography Wednesday trivia on Wilde and Tausch. Before we hit our commercial break, Tausch, for the second time today, you get to tell us about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, that is easy. I will talk all day about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Shopping for new windows and doors should never include haggling. Like we just haggled over who's Dwayne Wade and who's Chris Bosh. The Miami Heat, well, no, Pella sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home, and they never use high-pressure sales tactics. When you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors, they also sell them, install them, and service them. Real pricing, premium quality, no game. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Wisconsin Geography Wednesday, Wilde and Tausch Trivia, presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks in a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, by UW Credit Union, and by Events by Design.
From office lunches to family celebrations, Cousin Subs has the crowd-pleasing catering you need. Choose from customizable party boxes, individual box lunches, fresh-baked cookies, and our classic party chips. Everything you need to satisfy any size group, big or small. Ordering is easy online or on the Cousins app, so you can focus on the fun, not the food. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Summer and baseball go hand in hand, and as a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, Carbless is helping fans swing into full flavor all season long. Whether you're at the ballpark, tailgating with friends, or catching the game from home, Carbless delivers bold flavor in a convenient canned cocktail that's ready wherever summer takes you. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 100 calories, gluten-free and full of flavor. Carbless. Find your bliss near you at drinkcarbless.com.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up. The sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
A lot of our analysts here at ESPN have talked about Argentina flirting with near disaster at every turn, and it feels like the final is when it finally came back to bite him, no pun intended. And as great as Messi is, you hate to see him go out the way that he did without really having a chance to influence the game, not having the touches that you would expect him to have. You would think that Argentina would do their damnedest to set him up, to allow him to carry the team, and it just didn't come together. It just didn't happen. And I think you have to give a tremendous amount of credit to Spain and their ability to affect Argentina in that way. And so when you look at the totality of what the Spaniards did, 3 of the 4 major awards during this World Cup tournament went to Spanish players. The only one they didn't get was the Golden Boot, and that went to Kylian Mbappe. So it feels like we're on the precipice of a dominant run from Spain when it comes to World Cup competition.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000. Use code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Talk about Jason getting itchy and hivey when we're not talking enough Packers. It is fascinating in the 10 years we've been doing this show how you kind of get the opposite when we're talking too much Packers, and I feel like that's where you may have thought we were at today. And that's why you ended up seeing this Miami Heat YouTube thing, which led to our Giannis championship conversation.
In season, I don't get itchy at all. But there are other things I like talking about, no doubt.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure Ryan Wollersheim will have some fun topics for us in Whoa Wooly coming up after we play Wilde Tausch Trivia, presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf.
Wilde Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs. Cool down with the summer shake from Cousin Subs. Enjoy 4 delicious flavors: vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, and mint. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. And by Vortex Golf. Trivia winners this week receive a hat, ball marker, sticker, and a blade rangefinder courtesy of Vortex Golf. Rangefinders you can bet on.
I believe this is our penultimate week for the rangefinder from Vortex Golf.
Is that
as part
right?
of the trivia prize pack. So
starting to wind down a little bit.
Get in now while you still can on the rangefinder from Vortex Golf, part of our trivia.
Been a big part of how you
pack.
shot that 41.
I probably would have shot a 38 if I would have had the rangefinder with me.
Oh, you
hand.
don't have one
I
yet.
did not have one.
Why
in
don't you
the
register?
back pocket.
Try to get it.
I was just using my eye, and my contact was kind of falling out. Maybe that was the key to success. Just looking it up, about 120. Boom, put it on. 5 feet from the pin. Nice little day. Let's welcome in today's trivia contestant. It is Kevin the Mailman in Milwaukee. Another one of our great mailmen contingents here on Wilde Tausch. Kevin, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Great. How are you guys?
Are you a first-time contestant, Kevin? Normally I ask you that
and
off
it's Wisconsin geography. Mailmen
the mailmen
know
love their geography.
now.
That's true. Have you played before, Kevin?
I have. This is the third time in all word geography.
Let's go.
Classic. Classic.
There's some
Wednesday listener.
Selectively picks when he's going to do it.
But
Smart.
I'm guessing, Kevin, you have never played Wisconsin Geography Wednesday Trivia when Ryan Wollersheim has written the questions. So we'll see.
I have not. I'm a little worried.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes here for you, Kevin. Question number 1. Tausch has not seen these, so he gets to play along as well.
This is fun.
Question number 1. Which of these Wisconsin cities is located farther north than Crivets which is definitely a no doubt up north city. Which of these cities located farther north than Crivets? Green Bay, Shawano, Iron Mountain.
It's Iron Mountain.
That is correct.
That is correct.
Which
Iron
one of
Mountain.
those was funny?
I'm still working on it. Tim.
Okay.
I couldn't think of a funny
I was trying to
town
think,
for
is there something funny in there? And
I thought about making a joke about Jason, him not being here. He lives in Green Bay, but I couldn't. I didn't want to be too rude to Jason.
Sure.
when
He's
not
a
here.
grown boy. He hasn't grown his funny bone in yet.
Good one.
Thank you. Question number 2, Kevin the mailman. Which Wisconsin city is nicknamed the walleye capital of the world?
Oh, I know this before you even give me the clues.
I did not know this.
Yep, I do. Yep.
Is it Fond du Lac, Mugwanago, or Sun Prairie?
It is Fond du Lac.
Indeed it is.
Why did you know
Walleye
that?
weekend, baby. It's the first or second week in June. I got buddies in Fond du Lac, and that's just known for that.
Tausch
No.
got people in the Fox Valley.
Exactly.
He knows.
Theo's restaurant up there, phenomenal food. I don't know, Matt, if you've ever been up into the Fond du Lac region, great steakhouse up there.
They sell
Hopefully
ice
it's still
cream?
there. Maybe.
Sherbert.
So sometimes Jason critiques how I've written the questions, even though it doesn't have any impact with what we say on the air. For example, if Ryan would have said Jesse's hometown, Mugwanago, I would probably want to get after him for that because that's not my hometown. That's my arch nemesis rival town.
What?
Muskego is where I'm from, Wooly. Mugwanago is the devil's work.
Well, that's too bad.
I actually was out in Mugwanago on Monday. It was part of my my Monday afternoon.
Oh, I'm sorry for that.
Found a nice spot in Mugwanago. There was one good spot in Mugwanago that Up North Joe brought me to on Monday afternoon.
I'm legit confused. You made this all about you.
No, Wooly made it all about me.
No, he
I
didn't.
I intentionally did not make it all
See,
about me, and
yeah.
then proceeded to get
Well,
after
if
him
you were
after
not
the
going to
fact.
make it about you, you would have just glossed over and
Right,
kept
but
moving.
Jason would do something like that, not me.
Okay.
Kevin the mailman is still here. Thank you, Kevin. Question.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If I was Kevin, I'd have said, "Yeah, I'm good, man.
I'll take
you guys take your. I'll take my chances with 3. I don't want to sit through a third. If I was Matt, that's what I would have done.
Question
Matter of
number
fact,
3.
I might do that.
And a chance at a perfect day in primetime Wollersheim's Wisconsin geography. Here we go, Kevin. NFL teams return to training camp starting this week. Which non-Packers team held their training camp in River Falls for 18 years from 1991 to 2009, the longest training camp tenure of any team from outside of Wisconsin? 91 to 09, who had training camp in River Falls? Was it the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Kansas City Chiefs, or the New Orleans Saints?
I believe the answer is the Saints.
I'm gonna guess the Chiefs.
Tausch was correct. It was the
Saints
Chiefs.
is incorrect. The Chiefs is correct.
I think the Saints went to lacrosse.
All right.
Yeah, they were all part of that. What do they call it? The
Cheesehead League.
The
The
cheese,
Cheese League, yeah. I discovered this last night. I was looking up trivia questions online because I wanted to make sure Wisconsin Geography Trivia lived up to the title.
Yep.
And I had never heard of this
Just
before.
think of that. Taylor Swift would have been in River Falls, Wisconsin, singing at a local pub. Had this stayed its course. Total chaos.
Those would have been the
indeed.
days. I actually toured UW River Falls when the Chiefs were there for one of their final training camps. How about that?
What else did you do?
Kevin, you should have quit after 2. You got 3 of the 4 entries into the drawing on Friday. Thanks for sticking around for the entertainment, though.
What's
we appreciate
the deal
you.
with zip codes? Kevin will break that down next week on Wilde Tausch.
Thanks, Kevin.
Appreciate it, guys. Love you guys. Have a great afternoon.
Wilde Tausch
you guys.
Trivia, presented by Vortex Golf and by Cousin Subs. Reminder, tune in to Light It Up, the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast on the Bucks Plus audio network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant, narrated by Bucks broadcasting legend Jim Paschke, who joined us a couple of weeks ago when the Giannis news broke here on Wilde and Tausch. It's the oral history of the 2000 and 2001 Milwaukee Bucks, from the Big Three to a Hall of Fame coach. It's the story about a generational team that brought the city together and brought the brand Bradley Center to life. From behind the Bucks, you find it on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new episode on the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcast. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. Thanks to Craig Karmazin appearing in our 10 for 10 series from Outdoor Living Unlimited yesterday. We did not have time to get to Whoa Wooly with Ryan Wollersheim.
Oh, we did. We just mismanaged.
I guess. We have plenty of time for it today, so Wooly will lead us.
I don't know. I might take us down another trip of what the NBA is going to do internationally, what their strategy is going to be in the next 20 years.
I'm sure our resident NBA enthusiast would be happy to have that conversation.
LeBron and Giannis.
I'm real curious if you're going to ask the relationship expert for any relationship. And that's what I'm actually intrigued to see.
We'll all find out together. Whoa Wooly is coming up next on Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Stop by and barbecue rubs that all taste the same.
Most are loaded with sugar, fillers, and shortcuts.
Burn Pit BBQ is not.
We're a veteran-owned company right here in Wisconsin, built on doing things the right way, no shortcuts, no nonsense.
Just premium seasonings that deliver real flavor every time you fire up the grill.
Whether it's a quick dinner or feeding the whole crew, Burn Pit BBQ gives you confidence to get it right.
Burn Pit BBQ, grill with confidence.
Find us at burnpitbbq.com and now at select Walmart locations.
That's burnpitbbq.com.
The Dude Perfect Squad Games Tour is headed to Fiserv Forum on July 24th. Bring your squad and get ready to experience the dudes like you've never seen them before. This new tour is filled with larger-than-life battles and unexpected twists. Tickets start at just $30 all in. Get ready for a night of excitement, laughter, and competition with Dude Perfect at Fiserv Forum on July 24th. And, as the guys say, pound it, noggin. Get your tickets now at FiservForum.com. That's FiservForum.com.
Calling all High Life lovers, the Champaign of Beers is making history. They're selecting their very first mayor of the Champaign of Beers region. Share your story, throw your hat in the ring, and show us why you love High Life by visiting the Miller Brewery website. Must be 25 plus to sign up, 21 plus to enjoy. Celebrate responsibly.
They pretty much hurt doing anything. I couldn't ride a bicycle. You don't have your life because you don't have your mobility.
So when Patrick heard about QC Kinetics and their non-invasive regenerative treatments for pain, no waiting, he called them immediately.
There's no downtime. There's no rehab. That was the tipping point for me. I didn't have to take any drugs. I didn't have to rehab.
Before considering surgery, check out QC Kinetics all-natural treatment options that restore and repair damaged joint tissue in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back.
If you have knee replacement surgery, and then the knee is not yours, and there's no guarantee that that's going to be successful.
QC Kinetics. Patients around the country are raving about the results. They're getting back their mobility, taking back their lives with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery. Don't wait. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Prizes, flyaways, even
Cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Before we get to Wooly, I would like to defend our cousin sub of the day, daytime Ryan Wollersheim.
Aren't you the cousin sub of the day?
No, I'm always here. I'm just not normally in this
I don't
chair.
think Wooly doesn't need to defend himself. Wooly's done a nice job. So you just said.
I'm not. We have a
Defend
text.
myself.
We have a couple of.
Oh, okay.
We have a couple of texts. Oh, Iron Mountain in Wisconsin trivia? Interesting. Because Iron Mountain is Michigan.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's across the. Because there's reasons why people like to go right across the border in the UP to
there's
Michigan.
Yeah,
and Iron Mountain is definitely in Michigan.
Is that for medicinal marijuana purposes?
It's
or
just
is
different
that
reasons.
Gambling? Or like
a
what?
lot of different vices that people may be interested in. However,
Buy a shirt like that probably up there too.
Yeah. However, the question was simply which is further north than Crivets. It
Correct.
wasn't which Wisconsin city is further north than Crivets. So I want to defend
But
Wooly.
in fairness
the question
to
was written where it's okay.
In fairness to who is given?
We got Ron and Rome and then an unknown 608.
All right, both of those. In fairness of those, it is called Wisconsin Geography Trivia.
That is a fair point.
But the question was really more about Crivets.
I understand. I'm saying this is one of those rare cases where you could defend both parties on this.
Well, aren't you a good politician?
It's not about being a politician. It's fair. This is fair. I think both criticisms are fair.
Time now for Wooly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
Well, things were going pretty well until then for me today. So in that case, honestly, I'm just going to turn it back over to the usual producer of this show because there is a topic you texted to Tausch and I on Monday night that I kind of want to interrogate a little deeper. This is not something I expected to hear in the Wilde and Tausch pre-show text chain. You texted us after saying what all the segments would be for yesterday's show. He said, also, Garrett Mitchell has topped J.J. Hardy as most attractive Brewer of all time, but not sure when that should be discussed. I think it should be discussed right now.
Jason!
Why did you feel the necessity to send this to Tausch and I?
I'm ready to make the declaration. I have been around enough people in my life of the female perspective.
Good advice giver.
Especially in section 117 on Monday night. Enough people of varying ages and I'm sure backgrounds and baseball fans.
To do like a Gallup survey? How do you?
It was an informal poll. It was
a lot of data, it sounds like.
I have collected enough information.
Where's Jimmy Rutledge? I'd like some more baseball takes.
I have collected enough information that I'm ready to declare that I believe
I do declare
Garrett Mitchell has surpassed J.J. Hardy in the all-time attractive Brewers power rankings.
Whoa, Nelly!
He is number one now.
When does training camp start?
Next Wednesday.
When's my vacation start?
Sooner than that, I think.
I never thought anyone would top J.J. Hardy. He was always top of the leaderboard and figured he would be there for a very long time.
Have you been on all like baseball stat heads are all like on Fangraphs looking at all the numbers, the WAR, the FWAR, the OPS, all that. Have you been crunching the numbers for the last 15 years?
It's just something you're always kind of generally aware of. Okay. Yeah, you're monitoring the situation. It's kind of like the air quality. You don't think about the air quality unless something comes up about it. And when Garrett Mitchell got, he had to step out of the box on Monday night because he had something like a contact issue or something going on with his eye, and the trainer came out and I said, a couple of the ladies around, I'll go help you, Garrett. I was like, whoa, calm down there, ladies.
What are they, optometrists?
I don't know. They were very eager to go help Garrett Mitchell, and And that's what led to this entire thing. And then I surveyed a few more. Yeah.
Just a fair question here. If we were at a WNBA game, a bunch of dudes, could we do that? Can we say that?
No, simply
why?
not.
I would not. No.
But why?
I would just. I would.
Why? I'm getting a bunch of no answered why questions today.
I would. I am more
Should we call up the
comfortable.
ladies in section 117? Ask them if it's okay.
I am more comfortable. Oh, hang on. We're getting a text. Yeah, right, Jesse. Sal is a babe. He's on the injured list right now, but Sal Freeland getting a vote.
Salvatore.
All right, he's in the mix.
Swab Sal.
I don't see it. I think from again my research, independent researching. It appears to me.
Now, is Becca part of this consulting firm?
No, she doesn't like baseball. So she doesn't.
So she has no opinion.
I don't think she even knows who J.J. Hardy is, if I were to ask.
So she just thinks they're all ugly? Like, what? She can't be objective.
I don't think
when
she
it comes
has
to
an
this?
opinion on the matter. I think she's above this conversation, like I think you feel that you may be.
Tausches.
Yeah.
I will say, I think in order for you to get the accurate representation of this, like going forward, anytime you go to AmFam Field, I think you just need to start walking around and asking people this question.
I mean, I don't know.
Like, you need to start jotting it down, get a spreadsheet, have ChatGPT help you, like, create, like, some sort of OPS for, like, handsomeness or whatever on the Brewers. Like, you better come with numbers next time, because this is, like, bold proclamation.
So Garrett Mitchell's hitting 5th today in the matinee. 110 first pitch on 620 WTMJ and on 100.5 ESPN and on 95.3 WBEV. I'm okay. I know you're not interested in this, old T. The texts are coming in. So I'm going to do this show, and then you do whatever you want to do.
I have not woollied it because I do know there's intrigue. It's just I can't get on board with it. It's just not where I'm at.
Bob Uecker receiving a vote.
Okay.
As the most attractive brewer
He's
of all
passed
time.
away a while. Okay.
He is, rest in peace. Jackrabbit Mama about Garrett Mitchell, ... I don't know what that means. I think Jackrabbit Mama might be on board.
She's digging Garrett
Means there's a
Mitchell.
longer text coming. Means that means we're going to hear more from Jackrabbit Mama, I think.
Rob and Madison, the ladies want the dad bod of Pat Murphy. I don't think that's true, Rob. I don't think that's accurate.
Leo rocked that for a long time.
So
it worked.
this is now we're okay. Now I think some of us can handle this conversation. I don't know if all of us can handle this conversation. I can handle this conversation.
Okay.
I'm just here to. If you're heading to the game this afternoon, I know many of you are probably in your car heading that way right now. When Garrett Mitchell pops up on that big old jumbotron, you're gonna just ask a person around you. Ask J.J. Hardy, Garrett Mitchell. It's down to those two. And then if you want to open up some others receiving votes nominees, we can do that. But
who would you put in the others receiving votes?
I don't have anyone else. I think it's down to those two, and it's
I
not
don't
close.
believe you. I think you've been doing this for so long. You have like a full. You're probably in your pocket.
The thing
you have
is,
a list.
I don't know about the 82 team. I don't know who was regarded as like the darling of the 82 team. So we'd have to ask. Like my mom might be able to weigh in
All right,
on
Prince
that.
Fielder, Garrett
Pete
Mitchell.
Ladd. Pete Ladd. R.I.P.
Hey, look who showed up to join the
put Pete
conversation.
Whoa, Nelly!
I just wanted to end the conversation.
Bryce Terang.
Hey,
receiving
whatever's
a vote.
working. Sir, hey.
Are the Brewers an attractive team right now? Best team in baseball, according to some. Anything else, Ryan Wollersheim?
Yeah. One other one I did want to ask you guys is that on Unsportsmanlike yesterday, which you can hear right here on ESPN Madison, 5 to 9 a.m. right here on 100.5. Also 7 to 9 or 5 to 7 a.m. on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. Lil Wayne made one of his many appearances on Unsportsmanlike yesterday. So I was wondering for you guys, which musical artist would you most want to have join Wilde Tausch live and in person, by the way?
Taylor Swift.
T-Swift.
There's a lot to ask Taylor Swift. I don't know if she would answer any of it, but
Who have I been asking to see at Hard Rock Casino Rockford?
Dolly.
It's not Dolly. I'm hoping Dolly's going to be one of our 10 for 10s. See what kind of producer you are.
You want me to get Dolly Parton
I'd love
to
to have
join
Dolly
the show?
Parton on the show. Yep.
Just because.
Yes.
Dolly Parton and Kevin Hart, part of the Hard Rock Casino Rockford remote that's coming up.
Neither of which.
Who's opening
Kevin Hart actually has been to Hard
Who's
Rock.
opening for who on that is the question.
Terry Bradshaw. I had a chance to get you, Terry. Good show Terry put on.
Where does he rank in the all-time good-looking Pittsburgh Steelers?
Well, I think back in the day, he probably would have been near the top. Right?
I don't know.
You do know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Do know.
I don't know how good-looking Terry Bradshaw was in the 70s. I know now he would probably not win many contests.
I think we're done here.
I'd agree.
I think we've been done for a while. Just like I should have been going to MoMA for a while. You're putting up with pain in your knee, shoulder, back, neck, any joint. You don't need to just tough it out. Time to start getting ahead, getting over to MoMA, the Midwest Orthopedic and Musculoskeletal Alliance. MoMA brings together trusted local providers, OIW, SMOC, Innovative Pain, making it easier to find the right specialist and the right treatment for you. Whether you need care in one of their offices, surgery center, smart scan, Mosh. I've been going to Ortho Laser. Their experienced team is going to be focused on helping you feel better and getting back to living your life. MoMA can get you back to doing what you love. I've been going for about 3 or 4 months, and my knee has felt as good as it has for a long time. I'm able to get back to doing what I want to do. Call or walk in today or learn more at MoMaMKE.com. That's MoMaMKE.com.
Scott Podsednik from Ron and Rome. That was a good one back in the day. He wasn't here very long, though. Cam in the Creek.
I feel like Don Sutton I can remember my mom talking about how good-looking Don Sutton was.
Yeah, I think he would
had the
belong
perm,
to the conversation.
the sweet perm.
Cam in the Creek. Trust me, the ladies love them some Sal Frelick. So apparently he's in the mix. And I don't know if the rest of you texting in, and I am not even going to look at the YouTube comments. We are not even going to go there. Clip of the day. Can't wait to find out what that is. We'll get to that as we close up this edition of Wilde and Tausch. Coming up next. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Get ready, Milwaukee. Join ESPN Milwaukee and Yingling this Saturday night starting at 6 p.m. from Dugout 54 on Blue Mound for the ultimate Yingling watch party. Kick off your day with the ESPN Milwaukee Street Team. Score awesome Yingling prizes. Enjoy great food and ice-cold Yingling, then cheer on the first-place crew as they take on Colorado. Nothing says summer like baseball, friends, and America's oldest brewery. We'll see you Saturday at 6 p.m. at Dugout 54 on Blue Mound. DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
In an instant, an injury can change your plans, your paycheck, your peace of mind. But the bills don't stop. The calls don't stop. The worry won't stop. Experience and results matter. After 4 decades of fighting for injured people, we know how to win. Because you deserve respect, results, and to move forward. We fight for what's fair so you can get back to what matters most. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group, with over 40 years of experience saving businesses money. I want to speak to you small business owners and make a bold statement. I will bet you our team can put at least $25,000 in your pocket. Yes, you heard right. $25,000. We work closely with small businesses to help them use tax strategies, along with developing processes and procedures to make their business generate cash to keep in their pocket. Our team has saved clients thousands of dollars by using our knowledge and experience to develop strategies tailored to your business. Would you like to see if you can do it? Your only cost is 33 minutes of your time. That's right, just 33 minutes, and who knows how much you can pocket. Remember, you earned it, we help you keep it. Call us at 414-325-2040 and ask the $25,000 question. That's 414-325-2040. Or visit us at nealgroup.net. That's NEAL group.net.
Patio season is here, and there's no better place to soak it in than Veer North. Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Alex Strofe. Located on Milwaukee's east side, Veer North brings the energy with a spacious patio, elevated food, and handcrafted cocktails. Heading to a Brewers game, state fair, or a summer festival? Start at Veer North and take the shuttle. Exclusive for ESPN Milwaukee listeners. Mention ESPN Milwaukee and save 10% on your bill. Then stick around for live music, great vibes, and a menu that goes way beyond the basics. Veer North, Milwaukee's go-to destination all summer long.
If you're a golfer, a hunter, or someone who has a lot of gear, you know how quickly a garage can run out of space. Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and I'm here to tell you that Closets by Design creates custom garage solutions designed around your lifestyle. From cabinets and storage systems to garage flooring, they create a place for everything. I love what they did with my closet. Now I understand why so many homeowners trust them with their garages too. Right now, you can get 40% off and ask about their special financing options. Schedule your free in-home design consultation today at closetsbydesign.com and tell them Jen sent you.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian, screaming Sicilian.
Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss talking about our great friends at Road America. Turn your day into an experience at Road America. Just a short drive from Milwaukee and Green Bay, this legendary track offers more than just racing. Walk the grounds, explore every corner, and watch action from wherever you want. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. And on-site camping lets you stay all weekend. Up next is the Moto Sports Car Endurance Grand Prix featuring IMSA, July 30th through August 2nd. Great food, great views, and non-stop action. Road America, where racing meets the outdoors. Check out roadamerica.com.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Walk-off home runs are the least exciting way to end a game. I just saw it. Like I've experienced a walk-off football play.
Okay.
I've experienced a walk-off game winner, a basketball shot, and I experienced a walk-off home run. They're all awesome. But the walk-off home run, like, it was just all right, cool. I mean, again, it was like,
yeah, but then
it's a walk-off, but like a game-winning basketball shot, there's nothing like that. And then a game-winning football. And I think it's because the games are more important. Because it still was like, cool.
That's Jim Rutledge. Molly and Jim, weekdays 4 to 6 on ESPN Madison. They filled in on this show on Monday. That's, I guess, our clip of the day to wrap up shop here, which is actually an interesting spin on maybe how we want to do clip of the day from now on. Does the clip of the day have to be something from today's show that we think tops Rutledge's walk-off home run take? Or do we just keep running that as the clip of the day until it's dethroned by something more compelling?
I would hope that we would have something that's more sensible. As far as like craziness and like foolishness, no, I will not. I hope I never top that from that perspective. So I would have thought my Matthew Golden being a rocket ship that I saw our team post.
I did see that, yeah.
That would have been somewhat interesting. I think the Josh Jacobs part of this and, getting into where that running back room, we had a lot of good stuff with Bulaga, but all roads lead back to the god-awful take of Jimmy Rutledge on our show on Monday. So, listen, man, I don't produce the show. I book guests. I do other things, but I'm not going to say that I produce the show. But as far as that take, yeah, it's a god-awful take, and it's not going to age well. I don't believe either.
Would you guys like to hear the call of that home run, too, by the way?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Get ready for a game this afternoon.
1-2 pitch is a fly ball. Deep center field. Marcy's back. Track. Wall. Bye. Baseball.
Boy, is that boring.
Wild Bill. A 3-run shot. And the Brewers walk off the Marlins. And they break out the brooms in Milwaukee.
It's a very funky snort.
It was a little exaggerated.
Yeah, you combine those two things. That's such a good call. The bye-bye baseball, which I know is his signature. the bat flip, the fact that he had to wait to run because the bat was coming down like he was playing lawn darts. Like, the whole thing is just great.
Did you see, speaking of, like, topping the clip of the day, I'm pretty sure ESPN.com claimed that William Contreras is now the bat flip king of this season so far. They've been doing it. There's like a series where they've been like crowning each one as they get one
Bautista
up.
was kind of the king of the bat flip for a long time. He'd fling it. And, I think he was with the Blue Jays when he did that.
Oh, yeah. In the playoffs.
In the wild card round.
And he is the king of the bat flip for this season currently. He holds the current title.
So it's kind of like my Garrett
year to
Mitchell
year.
take. That's kind of like what ESPN does with the bat flip king year by year.
Brought it back to himself, Tausch. Can you believe it?
It's not shocking.
Paul Molitor getting some
Can't
votes.
wait. Who's hosting tomorrow with us?
Bryce Terang, Keon Broxton.
Who's hosting tomorrow with me, Wooly?
Hey, you're stuck with this same
Oh,
crew.
Jesse.
One
All
more
right,
day
good
tomorrow.
deal.
Yeah, we'll keep
Can't
the
wait.
conversation going tomorrow. Can't wait to do that tomorrow on the old show. Thanks to Bryan. We actually, believe it or not, did spend a ton of time talking Packers
I'm going to say
today.
thanks to me. I think I need some love today. Thanks to me for going through this show with you today.
Okay. Thanks to Bryan Bulaga for joining us. We had a lot of great Packers conversation. You missed any of the show, make sure you check it out on the ESPN Wisconsin app or on the ESPN Madison, ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channels. Brewers Mets rubber game, 1:10 first pitch this afternoon. If you're heading that way, enjoy it this afternoon or listen on 620 WTMJ 100.5 ESPN in Madison. For Tausch, for Wooly, I'm Jesse. As Jason always says, have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise: treat every customer just like family. For decades, local